Live. Hello, guys. I see some of y'all are in here already. Miss Rose
Oh yeah.
Noble, Miss Myra, Melissa Spencer, Eula Hamilton, Gail Lewis. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in. Hopefully, y'all bared and survived all of the crazy weather this past weekend and this past few days because it has been horrendous across the country.
Yeah, even down here in Florida, actually. Tomorrow we're supposed to get down to the 20s.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
What the heck
they've
is
been uh,
happening?
they've been preparing us since Thursday. Well, most of Central Florida for that matter. For Saturday and Sunday, and
Mm-hmm.
maybe it'll carry on to Monday. It'll be down to the 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in Miami or further south, you're good. But um, supposed to be like little snow flurries, I guess, over in Tampa or something, supposedly. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing like you guys. Nothing
Oh
like y'all.
God. Ooh, last weekend was brutal. Brutal. I mean, I
Yeah.
think I was in the house for at least 3, 4 days because it was just too cold. I mean, when you got a high of 1 degrees or -1 or any of that crazy stuff, and I think I did we did the spoilers call on Sunday, and
Yeah.
it was even then. And then we got a ton of more snow. It was snowing today. I'm like, we're making up for all of the years where we had mild winters here.
Mm-hmm. It's just weird.
It
And
is.
for Floridians, we're not used to this. I mean, yeah, Alicia Combs, she said it's 73. It's 70 over here right now. That's about to change right after midnight
Oh wait,
over here.
how do you drop from 70 to 20?
It's,
You talking about
that's
a
a great
shift?
question.
You got people probably out walking with shorts and flip flops and stuff, and then if you
Right
stuck it
now, actually.
right, and
Right
then
now.
and then when the weather shift, you outside like, oh my goodness, what happened?
There's people, because I live close to iDrive, which is close to Universal and all like the tourist hotspots, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's people like you could imagine thinking it's summertime.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time they get out of the bars and the clubs and everything, I'm like, okay, y'all.
Yeah, that is crazy. Crazy weather.
Yeah,
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
these girls will get frostbite.
Gail Lewis said in Berkeley, it is nice and pleasant.
Nice. They had a
Vicky,
lot of people like just across the U.S. in the chat.
I see. Vicky says 12 degrees there in New York. Oh my goodness. Listen, I have been
Ooh.
waiting for a bunch of packages to come in, and they were delayed like 4 days. Things that I was supposed to get like on Monday. It just got
Mm.
here today and yesterday.
Oh wow.
Because I guess they were stuck in the hub in like Memphis and in Cincinnati, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever was going on in those areas, everything must have shut down because nothing was moving. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you know. So hopefully it gets a little better. Hey Monique, yeah, girl, it's 13 degrees here in Chicago. It's still cold. I guess it's better than one. I take it. It's a heat wave.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get into this. So, welcome you guys to Soap Corner Talk, where it's myself, T, and I got Bree on the line. I don't know if did Keish ever say that she was going to pop in, or did she have something to do? I couldn't tell. I asked in the
I
chat, but I might have missed it.
I honestly, I'm not sure she responded. I'm not sure. If anything, she might pop in.
Yeah, knowing her,
Um,
she'll be sliding in through the back door.
yeah. I saw her take pictures with like Winnie the Pooh and everything, so I think she might be down here if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so we're going to be recapping The Young and the Restless, The Bold and the Beautiful, and Beyond the Gates for the week of January 26th through January 30th. The month of January is almost over. Tomorrow's the 31st. I mean, what happened?
How did that happen?
Girl, January, it looked like it just flew by. Are you there, Bree?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the month of January just flew by like a blink of an eye. I don't know what happened, but I mean, time waits for nobody, I guess, right?
No, that's why I gotta cherish each day, do what you have to, and no stress. The time is just moving very fast.
Yeah, it's almost like I said before, did they speed up the clocks or something? I don't know.
Have to. There's just no way. We just finished New Year's.
Girl,
I still got my resolution I gotta finish.
you so silly. I mean, yeah, I can. Thanksgiving seems like just yesterday. I was thinking about this one couple that got married, and their video popped up, and it said 3 months ago, and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh yeah, they did get married in October. October was 3 months ago. I'm like, holy crap, time is just
Who?
flying. Hmm.
Who?
What you say?
I said who? Was it like a couple of one of the soaps?
No, no, no. It wasn't one of the soap couples, but yeah, I'm like, man, the time went by fast. But it's just so crazy that before you know it, it'll be April or May sweeps. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to play catch up. But we were here. We're gonna do what we can, even though time is zooming by.
I know, right?
Wow. Like the 2020s are almost over with.
Yeah, this is 26. We just crossed the midway point last year. So, girl, every time I think about, when they had COVID-19, 2019 was 7 years ago.
Wow. I cannot believe that.
Yep, and we went into 2020 and everything went melee crazy. We lost Kobe, all of that stuff. That was 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah, so much has happened.
I know, right?
Wow. Oh,
So,
and in
and that's actually when I started the podcast, the 2019 going to 2020. So it's been 6 years so far. Yep.
how many lives have you done?
Oh God, girl, please. Well, remember, like I said, prior to 2021, I actually thought it was 2022 until I got a notification from YouTube saying happy 5th year anniversary, and I'm like, huh? And so I came over in 21, but prior to, me and Keish was on the Anchor podcasting platform, and then I moved it over to
Wow.
YouTube. Yeah, so that was the same time when they had the break in the summer of 2020. There was no soaps on, or they were using, like on Bold and Beautiful, Steffi was played by Finn's wife. And remember all of that, girl?
Yeah, the mannequins and
Right.
like the awkward like staging between the kisses. Yeah.
Yeah, so we actually kicked off right at the tail end of 19 going into 2020, and then we took off from there, and then we got stopped, but we kept the podcast going. And then I decided to pull it over to YouTube because then Anchor was being bought out by Spotify, and it was just way too complicated. And then there's a lot of other things involved. I'm like, listen, everybody can easily go over to YouTube, so let's just do it over there.
And that's where you met me.
Yeah, yeah, it was me and Keish, and then Trish came along because Keish had to get deployed.
Mhm.
And then me and Trish did it for a while, and then you came along.
Mhm.
Jenna Corzantino had guest. She was a guest host a few times. Then so was Jay Money, and then of course, Keisha obviously came back after the deployment. We know what happened when it came to Trish, and now it's
Mhm.
just been us. So
Yep. Us too.
Just a long journey. And Keisha, probably Keisha's going to be on a lot more now that her schedule has changed. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Yep. So, anyway, how many people in the chat?
We got almost 60 people.
Nice. Yeah, because we got a lot to talk about. Monique, Jay Money is doing just fine. He is loving the storyline between Taylor and Deacon. He's
Where
fine.
is he at? He need to come defend his favorite couple.
I know, right? Jenna. Oh, Jenna said I'll come back. We should maybe have Jenna up here occasionally because she did do a couple. Both of you guys, you and Jenna were guests, and then you came on, consistently,
Mm-hmm.
But Jenna, Trish is doing good. It's been a little over a year now. She's also in building businesses and things like that. So, big transitions and things has happened for her over the past 18 months or so. And so, she's doing okay.
Yeah, weird for prayers for Trish. But I think she's doing okay.
Yep. And I got to give a shout out to you guys because you guys have been consistently sticking with us. I know I've been talking about us as in, us on this platform, but I also want to give a shout out to you guys in my chat because a lot of you have been with us, whether it was me and Keish going back 6 years before when we were on Anchor, and then you came with us over here, and you've been sticking with us for the last 6 years, and I really, really, truly appreciate it. You guys coming in on Fridays, commenting on the videos that go down during the week, any other fun stuff that we do. Some of y'all are in the group chat on Facebook. You guys have been really. I've been posting things on Instagram, especially from Beyond the Gates and things like that. Y'all have been in my stories and commenting. And so I appreciate all of your engagement and the support of this channel. I really appreciate it. Yeah,
See, they're
Aisha.
also the co-hosts.
What you say, girl?
They're also the co-hosts.
Yes, you guys are part of this channel too. Exactly. And yeah, Aisha says she been here 10 years. I've seen some names of, like, I think Aditha is a long time person that's almost day one. I don't know. Some folks will remind me that they came over from Anchor, but and they decided to come over here. But yeah, it's good to see that you guys are still hanging out with us. Melissa,
That's
you found us
awesome.
2 years ago too. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Nice. Thank you guys so much. All right. Enough of the housekeeping. We do, like I said, the Young and the Restless first, Bold and the Beautiful, Beyond the Gates. Who's taking seats? I mean, flip the script. Who's taking seats? Star of the Week, Pickle of the Week, Simple Olympics, and the Lily Winters Award. All right. Oh, I appreciate that, Sharon. I appreciate you too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She says she look forward to this every week. And listen, guys,
Aw.
I know this past year it has been some changes with the live chat because sometimes I do it on Friday, sometimes I do it on Saturday morning, sometimes I do it on Monday evening. So I appreciate you guys going with the changes over this past year as well. All right. All right, you ready,
Mhm.
Bree?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start with the Young and the Restless for the week of the 26th. We had a lot going on. We got this whole thing with the aftermath of Phyllis and Kane taking over Newman Enterprises due to the damage that the AI program had done. We also have, and this is also the first week of February sweeps. Okay. So that's why a lot of stuff is going on. So between that, also Mariah and this kidnapping,
Mm.
what's gonna happen to Jill because you kind of who called it? It was either you or both of you guys, both of you ladies, about maybe this is Jill is on her way out. I think it
Yeah.
was you, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And her 40th anniversary, and we've seen that, it looks like she's not doing too good. They gave us a bunch of flashbacks with Billy. So, yeah, pretty interesting stuff. And then is Claire and Kyle going to get back together? It's a lot of things going on this week. So, without any further ado, where are we going to start? You want to knock out Claire and Kyle?
Yeah, let's knock out that mess. Now she wants to crawl her way back to this man.
Yeah, but see, she said, listen, she left that door open. She said that like 3 months ago, remember?
Yeah, she's like, well, maybe. You never know that I just need a break, even though you broke up with this man.
Right.
You broke up with him. That's how he took it. So he said he's not simping going in 2026. And he said he's going to let her be and let her freak flag fly. And that almost broke her heart to the point where she threw a drink in Audra's face before the year was out because Audra was spitting out some truth. Flash forward. Now she's missing him. She's missing Harrison. She's reconsidering things and asking him out to dinner, and I'm like, okay. The
Well,
streets were
listen,
cold, were
she
they?
expected him to stick around anyway. I mean, that whole situation when Kyle said, I'm done, and she was looking crazy when they were over at the coffee house that one time. I think that was that December? I think that was in December.
I believe so.
Yeah. And she was like, but. And I'm like, no buts. You expect this man to stick around, which looked like he might validate this, but you asked this man, you thought he was going to stick around because he loved you so much while you go and, as you call it, Bree, playing in the streets. And when you done with Holden, then yeah, I might, if you're still around, I might come back. Hold on, let me read this super chat. Hey Autumn, I appreciate you so much for the super chat. She said, "Hey Bree and T, now when Sheila gets off in Taylor and Deacon's, but they can't say they weren't warned. Why won't Deacon just be honest with Sheila and tell her he doesn't want to stay together? Because he's a coward."
Oh yeah. Oh, we're gonna roast Deacon.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
we
got
can't
his
wait.
time coming. But just to answer the super chat, quick answer, he's a coward.
Straight
There
up
you go.
coward.
Straight up coward.
And they love each other. Oh Lord.
Yep, right. Girl, we're going to talk about that. Okay, so thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, But see, Kyle tried to hang on as long as he could. Once he realized that something deeper was going on between her and Holden, he removed himself, which is what we saw in the past, I would say, 6 weeks or so. And
Yeah.
now, that, oh, I can't trust Holden, that conversation she had with Nikki the other day. Well, he's not telling me anything, and that what he is connected to Audra on, and that just makes me a little concerned. And of course, here go Nikki. Well, what about Kyle? What about Kyle? Kyle need to run far away from that, because how you gonna go sleep with this dude? And probably, I think they probably did it 3 times in L.A. And then
Three
this,
times.
yeah, that's what I said. She did 3 times in L.A. And then didn't they come back and she ended up sleeping with him? We didn't get the scene, but there was some inferences that they might have got together again. And then you like, oh, okay, then maybe I need something more stable, because Kyle said that same thing. He was like, oh, my party days are over. That conversation that's on the picture on the right, third from the bottom, a third from the top on the right side of the conversation with him and his mom. So I don't know, Bree. Do you want them back together?
No. Well, here's the thing. If he gets with her, that's exactly what he deserves. Because why
Mm-hmm.
would you get with someone who dumped you in that same, probably within the same like hour, shed one tear and was calling the next guy to go be with him in LA?
Exactly.
And he ran through her 3 times.
Exactly.
And another thing, too, she was forever going to be loyal to her family while Kyle was going through all of that mess because of Victor and he was trying to protect the Abbott fortune.
Mm-hmm.
You had Claire taking up for her grandfather,
Yep.
saying, oh, well, your dad did do such and such, and maybe he shouldn't have done this, and he did take his company off air. How can he blame that on my grandfather? This is who you want to get with.
Right.
So if
They
he takes
almost.
her back,
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, if he takes her back, he deserves her.
But Bree, think about the conversation yesterday. He was like, because she was going back and forth about, oh, but my grandfather has. He was like, listen, no, we're not going to even do that right now. He cut her off.
Yep. There's no point. That's exactly who he's going to look. But my thing is, she has this issue with trying to proceed forward with Holden, say like, oh, he has this connection to Audra. So does Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle was very connected with Audra at many a times to the point where Tucker was smelling them both in the room at the same
Well,
time.
I think it's more of the secret because remember, Holden is not telling Claire everything with regards to what happened in that bar. Now, I think Claire knows about, the fact that Audra and Kyle slept together and then that other stuff came out in Nice. But she's not happy about why he seems to be covering for Audra.
And it's none of her business, especially since she's not trying to proceed forward with any relationship. So what's it
Exactly.
to do with her?
Yep, I agree with that. She just figured it's like she gained some level of entitlement. I mean, I have to know. And if I don't know, then, I'm going to act a certain way. It's like, you know what? Then go head on. You don't have to know. He doesn't have to tell you.
And she looks for excuses. Same way when she was trying to break up with Kyle, she was thinking of any and every excuse. She was trying to use Victor. She was trying to use the stuff with Nee. She was trying to anything until she warmed up and said, you know what? I just don't want anything serious. And she's still saying this to Nikki that she doesn't want anything serious.
Exactly. Now, my thing is her going back with Kyle. Does she want something serious now? Because Kyle is trying to settle down. He ain't trying to be just, let's just kick it and hang out. And he wants to settle down. And
And it makes sense.
and that's fine. But how? I mean, with Claire, you talking about you don't want nothing serious. You just said that to your grandmother, but then you're gonna turn around and get with somebody. Oh, let's go out to dinner, Kyle. Why? For what?
Exactly. Because Valentine's Day is almost coming up, and she's going to try to reap those benefits and then find an excuse to ditch him again.
Girl. Yeah, Claire, just like as entitled as the rest of the Newmans. I see, and that's the thing. At least, and even like I said with Adam, he is just. I'm just disappointed in that man. Because of now he's just so. Well, he got the approval, even though Nikki still can't tolerate him. Because we got to talk about that. Because Victoria was pissed off about not knowing the plan, and she had a few choice words to say about Adam with that.
And it's not even his fault.
Exactly.
He should be mad at her daddy, not at Adam.
Girl, it's never Victor's fault. Victor does nothing. Everybody else is the problem when something is related to Victor. He's the catalyst in most of these situations, but they tend to want to take the blame and accountability away from him.
Yeah. And even his kids were some of the people that he's burned
Yep.
along the way.
Yep.
And then they're acting oblivious when you have people like Jack and Phyllis and all these other people who hate Victor. So when they get a one up on him, they act surprised. Like, what has my father ever done? What do you mean?
Yeah, they act like he's just old. He's the poor victim of my dad's legacy. Your dad put his legacy in jeopardy when he brought that thing into his house. It's almost like bringing a big giant bear trap in your house and somebody set the bear trap off from afar. You get caught in it, but you want to blame everybody outside the house. You brought the bear trap in your own house.
And this is what you get.
Exactly.
So, I mean, why should we feel sorry for y'all?
Girl, the hypocrisy is insane.
It really is. And that's why I don't feel bad whatsoever for the Newmans. Like Victoria and Nick and all of them, they can cry wolf all they want. If this were to happen to the Abbotts, they would carry on as business as usual.
Of course.
Like, oh yeah, my dad won. So they lost. And they are sore losers. That's why this plan with Lily is just
yeah,
a bunch of stupidity.
All right, so let's go into, we done with Kyle and Claire. Let's move into this Mariah storyline because we're going to obviously have different moving parts to talk about when it comes to this whole Newman thing. But Mariah is back in full effect. Last year her storyline dragged, which honestly I think that's a totally different storyline. That was a storyline to bridge Daniel and Tessa together, even though they took forever to do it.
Yep,
because
I agree.
The chemistry we saw between Daniel and Tessa happened at the end of 2024, Christmas time. And everybody was like, "Oh, there's a little bit of chemistry there." And then y'all took a whole year of Mariah leaving her family, and we only see her twice a month, if that. And then only to fast forward to 2026, she's in a totally different storyline after Daniel and Tessa decide to get together. However, for February sweeps, we got a kidnapping. And it was easy for Dominic to go with Mariah because he knows her. She made it set up like a hide and seek game, and of course he's a kid. He don't know what's going on. He think his mommy and daddy is going to eventually show up when it's obviously her out of her mind seeing Ian. What is your thoughts on this whole storyline for the sweeps month? Are you interested? Not really. What do you think?
I mean, it's something different. It's soapy. I think for most viewers it might be a little uncomfortable, but at the same time, this happens in the real world. So it taps into the maternal side to me because, like, if this happened to my son, I would lose my mind. Like, there would be I would never forgive Mariah for this. I would never. She would be underneath the jail, or she would need to be on another planet. Because that poor baby, like, you're gonna take him in the cold. No, I don't care what other issues she has, whatever. You're not about to take my child and not have any repercussions for it. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. I see a couple of comments in the chat. Paris got a big old question. She said, "How come both characters have family on canvas, but no one is helping Abby and Devon find Dom?" I think that's going to be going into next week because on the Monday episode, I might as well tell you because there's really nothing crazy going on Monday. But Abby and Devon are beginning to start to reach out to people. to let them know what's going on.
Yeah. Um, so more people are to become aware what's going on, more the Newmans, and that really makes me wonder if they're going to go along with the Lily stuff, which we'll come back to.
Yeah.
But this pulled on my heartstrings because I'm like, this poor baby.
Right.
And poor Abby. Her reaction, like, I understand completely. Like, if it was me and I see Devon kind of be cool, I understand some people just have like a cool, relaxed demeanor. They handle things a different way, but I'd be like, you should be freaking out because I'm freaking out. But yeah, this is we see this oftentimes in soap, so this is nothing new. But this is the most that we've seen Mariah this year than we saw her last year.
I know, right? I mean, do you think that she's doing Cameron Grimes is doing a pretty good, pretty good thing with the role with what she's playing right now, or?
One thing about this actress is she's gonna wear this role out. She's gonna wear this storyline out. So these scenes are going to be incredible. So they're getting some of the actors ready for their Emmy reel for this year.
Right.
That's what I've noticed.
Yep.
And I think with this storyline, this is going to do that. Say for her, for Melissa, probably for Sharon again. But I cannot wait to see what Cameron's going to do with with the next episodes, because she's a talented actress. So they're definitely getting her ready for an Emmy reel.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I will say it seems like they're moving that storyline along pretty fast, because, like you said in the group chat, I thought the same thing. Maybe they were going to take some time, and they're going to have to track Mariah down, and she's going to be moving from place to place. Yeah, the way this looks, they're going to find her within 24 hours. So,
yeah.
And a lot of that is predicated to that very unique scarf that Tessa had made for her. So, of course, if it's like a one of one, and Tessa is like, oh, yeah, there's nothing else like this, I had it made, it's nobody but her. So,
yeah. And then the security footage from the hotel.
Right. And then the gloves, or the little mitten that Dominic left under the bed.
Yeah. Smart boy. So I guess probably by next week, Mariah might be arrested at this rate. I thought if anything, they would catch her by the end of February sweeps, but like we're just 1 week in already.
Right. So maybe they're just trying to. Well, obviously, about what, the third week of February is when sweeps usually wrap up. So they're probably just going to go ahead, get this going, get everybody in an uproar, and it's happening at the same time of what's going on with Newman. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they tie these two together, because he is a Winters Newman. So,
even though Noah said otherwise.
Right. Girl. All right.
I was cracking up.
Good acting on. Melissa Ordway. She can cry on cue. There was a little interesting spat between her and Devon. I'm like, oof, yeah, well,
Yeah, like it's a scary situation. It's going to bring out the worst in people, and I don't blame them, or blame either reaction. But it's just what they do afterwards. The only part I did not like, and this is part of Monday's episode, is he said that that's still our friend. We still have to, remember she's still a good person. I would not be on that type of time at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, Abby had a couple things to say after that, so yeah, because she was
Yeah,
like, "Yeah, I hear you, but."
yeah. I don't blame Abby at all for what
Mm-hmm.
she said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. That's not my friend no more.
No.
That's how I would feel.
Oh, I forgot with the whole Claire and Kyle thing that Harrison tried to do that little card game with them.
Right. Um, I think this boy just misses a mother figure. Because I think he also touched on the fact that he misses
Summer.
Summer too.
Yeah.
So he just wants some maternal figure. He wants a family.
Yep.
And come to find out, Kyle also wants the same thing too.
Yep. So I don't know. He apologized and was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted you guys to get back together and stuff like that." So I forgot to mention that part of it. I looked at that picture up there. I was like, "Dang, I forgot about that. The little card game
Yeah,
Harrison did." All
it's
right.
cute.
So we're gonna bridge somewhat over to the AI storyline because obviously, with Dominic being Winters Newman, the Newmans are going through a crisis, and that crisis is the loss of Newman Enterprises to Phyllis and Kane. And it kicked off
Yay!
the week because Kane and Phyllis walked in there, and Kane was making a public announcement that Arabesque is the majority now the majority shareholder of Newman Enterprises. So pretty much get the French toast out, and of course Victor is stubborn, but that invited Nikki and Victoria into there, and I got to give a shout out to Michelle Stafford and Amelia Heinley because even though they are great friends, like you said, Brie, off screen, because they're doing these
Oh, they're
little,
best friends.
yeah, they doing these little dances and stuff together. When they were playing Victoria and Phyllis, they went for the jugular.
Oh yeah. Oh man, they hit each other's love lives and how Phyllis, whenever she gets with a man, that man employs her with a job. That's how she's able to keep her job or get a job. Um, and how Victoria is a trust fund baby. Her daddy signs her checks, and she's never had to hustle or never had to really go after anything in life. It was quite a bit, and I guess these two women wanted to duke it out, and Kane had to jump in. And I'm like, my money's on Phyllis anyway. But yeah, things have gotten real for sure.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. And they're all so angry. That includes Victoria, and Adam is playing lapdog to Victor, and there's this plan. And speaking of this plan, involves little Dominic's aunts and cousins.
Mm-hmm. They keep
And
forgetting that.
yeah, that so we got an actual kidnapping, like you mentioned, and girl, you hit it spot on earlier in the chat when you thought about that. Well, when you said that about
Yeah.
a real abduction going on while they're trying to create a fake one. And so, what that is, we all know what that plan is by watching Victor. He wants to gaslight Kane or give the perception that Lily and Maddie and Charlie are in danger. And in order to get them out of this so called danger, Kane will have to release the company back to them, which is a terrible plan. You're talking about kidnapping somebody, which is
Yeah.
technically illegal, especially against their own will.
Yeah. Even staging it,
Yeah,
it's still wrong.
it's still wrong.
And
Mm-hmm.
and then here we have an actual Newman family member, no matter what Noah says, who is who's been abducted. And karma works in craziest ways to try to teach a lesson. So I'm curious to see if Victor's going to continue to go along with this whole Lily and taking the kids and everything, knowing that his grandson is going through this pain. He wants to put Kane through what Abby's about to go through. Well, Abby is going through.
Yeah. And we did see the promo, but without getting into that promo for the week of February 2nd, um, the thing is that it's a dumb idea. Why don't you just take your L and go figure out what to do? But that's the problem. You don't want to play fair. You want everybody else to play fair, and then you get to do what you want to. Now that somebody else decided to checkmate you, now you and your children and friends adjacent to y'all are mad. And that includes the Winters, meaning Devon is mad and so is Nate. And it's like y'all been screwed over a gazillion times, especially Nate and Lily. Which, speaking of Lily, there's this whole conversation that happens between Chelsea and Adam. Chelsea finally got it out of Adam what the plan was. Gets over to Nikki. Adam is hard pressed on not telling Nikki, and Chelsea was like, "Well, I'll do it. You can't, but I can." And she dropped a secret thinking, and obviously Adam is like, well, y'all trying to get me in trouble. And Nikki saying, I keep your name out of it. I don't trust her because she don't like Adam like that.
Right.
And he was the only one that know. So if anybody else knows, it's going to come back on him anyway.
I mean, I don't see what it matters now. They don't have he don't have Newman Media. Nobody has a job. So I mean, hey, if Nikki knows,
right?
We know that she's not going to do much with anything.
Exactly. Which brings us to another conversation that everybody is just beginning to be all in on this idiotic plan. And Nikki is like, yeah, you know what? Let's do it, but let's rope Lily into it. And if Lily, I don't know what she's going to decide. Obviously, based on the promo, we do know that something has transpired because the confrontation between Kane and Adam next week. But did they actually get in touch with Lily? And if Lily says, you know what, yeah, let's go ahead, I'll play along if that's going to get your company back, she is an idiot.
Oh yeah, and she is used like a puppet, like every last one of the Winters. That's all they see it as. The way that Nikki was talking about Lily, like, oh, let's chime her in, let's use her. Like, this is a great plan to get what we want and get our fortune back. She's used like a scarf, like a hat, like a software on a computer. She's not even viewed as a human. And if Lily goes through this, and this is the part that I need to see next week, because, and I'll give a little spoiler, Nate knows what's going on with Dominic. So 9 times out of 10, Lily probably knows what's going on with her nephew. If she goes along with Victor's plan to fake a kidnapping, knowing that her sister-in-law and her nephew is going through the same thing, and her brother, that is crazy to me. That is weird story writing right there. And it's not a coincidence that they put this together. So I'm hoping either one of the Newmans has a change of heart with going along with this, because this is actually hitting home, because Dominic is a Winters Newman.
Yeah,
so if she goes along with it, she is down in the gutter. Like, there's a
I mean, my thing is, you can't come up with anything else. I mean, Because basically, what that tells me is that you have no further recourse. They got you. So you're going to try to manipulate somebody's emotions because that's what this comes down to. They think that Lily is his kryptonite. And honestly, Lily has been for most of 2025. This man
Mm-hmm.
originally gave up his entire multi-billion-dollar kingdom for her, only for her to say, "Yeah, okay, psych."
And he was building that kingdom for their kids, but she was cheering on Victor for destroying Arabesque, and that was their her children's legacy.
Mm-hmm.
But she could possibly be signing up to help the Newmans who never really cared for this girl to begin with, and they keep playing her right in her face, and she just takes it to the face, I guess. But she's going to help that family with their legacy,
She's dumb.
supposedly.
That's the dumbest thing ever. It's just pathetic. And to me, and the way that the story has been written over this last several decades, we know that Neil was a really, really dear friend to Victor until he was like, you know what, I need to do my own thing. Because I'm never going to get anywhere with the Newmans. That's why he built his own company. And then y'all turn around and y'all still kissing the ring as his heirs in the next generation, being screwed over by the same people that he tried to build a separate legacy away from.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Newman.
Oh God, girl! Every time I hear that, it's just irrit. Devon needs. It's like, dude, you a billionaire just like him.
Yes. Like Mr. Newman. I would never. I would never. Lily doesn't do that.
No,
We'll
no,
never.
Lily just get used and screwed over.
Yes. Oh, goodness. If she goes along with this tea, the Wade, the next life, I will be roasting her for her stupidity.
Girl,
Like there's just no way. I couldn't imagine Devon going along with this because his son has actually been
being
abducted.
kidnapped.
But
Mm-hmm.
but I'm curious to know what Nate would think. But if she goes along with this, I'm done with that character. I'm done with Lily.
Right. Now, on the flip side, we got some fallout. So, after Kane and Phyllis goes back home, she's still excited, ready to celebrate. She wants to have a little romp in the sheets and all this kind of stuff. And he's like, listen, we got stuff to do. And, she's just celebrating because I'm like, this is the beginning. Okay, y'all got the company. Now y'all got to run it. And y'all got to keep people from getting it back. This is not over. But she acts like she's won at the end of the race and yay, give me the prize. You got work to do, ma'am, and you got to stay on your toes. But there's other fallout. First of all, Kane, obviously they called Lily, so Lily sent him a text message that pretty much we don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. Okay, cool. Which to me, that hurts, but at the same time, that's not the first time he heard that, so he should be used to it. Second of
Yeah, he kept
all,
it.
go ahead.
I was gonna say he kept his business as usual.
Yep. Second of all, there's Phyllis. And we saw in today's episode the confrontation of well, she had a confrontation with Nicholas before, and then now a conversation to stack on top of that with Sharon. Now the interesting thing, and you and I both talked about this earlier today, is that Sharon is Team Newman.
For now.
And what you say?
Except for now.
Yeah, for now. Now, with the situation of her daughter kidnapping a Newman child, and she's gonna fight for Mariah because Mariah been going through a lot. She just went through the stuff with Noah and all that, so she's very protective over her children. Are you still going to be Team Newman when they come after your daughter? Because they're
Mm.
going to.
Oh yeah, especially the way Abby was talking. Yeah, Mariah's about to receive some type of charge.
Yep. Now she could be just like, oh, Mariah, I'm so sorry, but you did this and you couldn't do that. But that's not sharing when it comes to her kids. Is this going to bring problems between her and Nick? I don't know. However, they were more than happy to tell Phyllis about herself and how Summer, because Nick had no issue going over to Summer, telling Summer about what her mom did, but had nothing to say, or anybody in their family to say anything about her grandfather going after her son's legacy when they were going after the Abbotts.
Thank you. Not a peep. Nothing. They
Crickets.
think they think that Newman is the end all be all. Like forget that you have a child with the last name Abbott. That is his legacy. Same thing with Victoria too, and Billy had to check her about that. Their last names are Abbott, not Newman, and they didn't go to the ends of the earth to try to protect that legacy.
Nope.
But they'll do any and everything. They'll go to all these great lengths to protect this Newman enterprise empire.
Yep.
And for the man who has also burned every last one of their family members in the process.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now
they
that takes.
with that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Finish.
I was gonna say they can miss me with that.
And then I'm gonna switch a little bit. I'm gonna give a little bit of pushback to Summer as well, because you message your mother back to say, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Don't ever talk to me again. Okay, well, you shouldn't also be speaking to your grandfather.
Yeah.
Cut him off too. Oh, but you're not going to do that.
Because he can do no wrong in nobody's eyes. Poor Victor. They are really playing into this victim card.
Oh, they butt hurt, girl.
And I love what Phyllis had told Nick and Sharon. He's like, oh, well, looks like the Newmans have to apply for a job. They're actually going to have to sacrifice things. They're actually going to have to know what it's like to crawl before you walk to try to get to something instead of being handed things. Like I am so on Kane and Phyllis' side because this is what the Newmans needed. They need to be humble. That's why I'm hoping that they keep this going for as long as possible. I give it a year or give it to at least Christmas time. But this needed to happen. There needs to be some sort of reality that sets in that you cannot keep playing with people's lives. What he was doing to the Abbotts happened to them. This is what they get. No, and these are supposedly your friends. You guys have kids intermingled with the Abbotts, and they were really fighting to try to keep their family company together, and they did nothing. And you got Nikki crying, Victoria crying, all these people crying now that they lost it all because of Victor.
Yep. Not because, but they want to skip that part. I mean, Victor took down Mitch Matt's company. He took down Arabesque. And nobody said anything about anything. It was like, oh, well, too bad. He deserved it. Okay, but now Victor doesn't deserve what? He was the one that lit the match. The system was there, but it was never used until you brought it in house and used it. And now it gets used against you, and now you want to be mad at the world. I gotta say, Phyllis was right on, especially after Sharon called her at the nerve to say that she was like Martin Laurent.
That went too far.
Oh, you went below the belt with that one.
Like you were really reaching, you had really nothing to say. You just pulled whatever out of the air just so you can say that you're Team Newman. Just say that before you compare her to the person who abducted you both and had you play the like a sick mind game.
Yeah, I
And you
mean,
guys barely got out of there. That Phyllis had nothing to do with that. How can you compare her to a corporate takeover, which Victor is no stranger to ever do? The Newmans are not a stranger to any of that.
the crazy thing is that Victor has done some horrible things to both those ladies. And I
Yes.
mean, you brought up one big point the other day in the chat, which has been out there for years with the whole doppelganger situation.
Marco.
Marco Anicelli. You know,
Yeah.
this she didn't consent to sleeping with somebody that you put in place as her husband.
Yeah.
That's
And we know what that
insane.
was.
Exactly. We know what that was.
Yeah. The same thing that happened to Will when it came to the Luna thing. Like,
Exactly.
and so it so when Nick says, "How can you do this to the family?" She's trying to get him to understand that this man has built up probably like lists full of enemies. She's on that list. She's not going to forget what that man did to her. And then on Monday's episode, he called her. Well, she was a Newman. When? When was Phyllis
You know
ever a
what,
Newman outside of
girl?
being married?
This is
You never
selective
treated her as
outrage.
family.
This ain't nothing but
Yeah,
selective outrage because when she wasn't doing nothing, ain't nobody could care what Phyllis was at. Half of the time they
yeah,
was trying to avoid her. And now all of a sudden, how could you do this? Your friends and the people that you love, they care about you. Who?
yeah.
Who?
They can miss me with
She
that.
showed
Like,
up at Cricket's wedding with most of Genoa City there to apologize, and y'all was like, So who you
like a,
talking about, Nicholas?
right. Like she is perfectly fine not having a bunch of friends in Genoa City. She doesn't care how people viewed her. She took advantage of a corporate takeover like the Newmans just did to almost three other companies.
Yep. And why can't Kane come back for his company? I mean, y'all expect him to just let's beat him while he's down and don't come back. You just like y'all want to come back for your company. That's what he's doing. He want his company back. He just took y'all's in the process.
Yeah, it's look. What's done is what's done. Look, we'll see what happens with Kane and Phyllis trying to run Newman Enterprises. It's not her first time being CEO or running a company or anything like that. So they just need to just get over it. Like, I don't feel bad for any of the Newmans.
Nope. It's not like they didn't know what was coming and this somebody attacked them and oh my god, how could this happen? You had the software to use it against other people. It was set off on you.
They've
Just
had
like
the
you want to
software.
just like he wanted to blame Jack for destroying his own company, you brought a weapon into your company that destroyed you.
Yeah. It and they've had that. They've had it for months.
Yep.
Didn't they have it back like in September?
Somewhere like that when Phyllis, even though she's still denying it, saying, and Victor screwed her on that deal too. She wanted Jabbar.
Yeah. So Victor has had a field day, like dangling the software over the Abbott's heads. The Abbotts are panicking. They're trying to think that, oh, Nikki's going to help save the day. Michael's going to help save the day. Like, they were really pleading and reaching out. They were desperate enough to shut all of their brick and mortar stores or their online stores or something like that, just to preserve their company because Victor was holding that threat. This is Victor's karma. Why don't they see that?
Because everybody kisses the ring of Victor, whether he does good or bad. We talked about the Winters. Yeah, even Daniel was giving his mother a side eye, and then Nick wanted to throw Daniel in there. Yeah, your son is probably gonna hate you too. It's like, dude, go figure out. Y'all need to talk. Nobody is saying, Victor, why did you have that darn thing in the first place? You shouldn't have had it. Now it's destroying us. Nobody is saying anything in that family to him. It's all pointed at Phyllis and Kane.
There's been some great comments, but there's been two comments that stuck out. We have Aditha Lee 8660.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Victor should expect real competition at this point and time in his life. He had it easy for a long time, getting his way most of the time. Yes.
Absolutely.
And then Jenna, she said, just think about this. If Victor would have gotten Jabot, he would have taken Marquetti from Summer. And what would Nick say about that?
Nothing. He would just cry and whine to his dad and then go back to doing what he was doing as a son. I hate when my dad do this. Okay, but that's about it. That's all he would say.
Yeah. Like, I don't feel bad for these Newmans at all. They got exactly every last one of them who's condoned Victor's trash, vindictive behavior. Now he really gets to sit himself down for once.
Mm-hmm. You gotta take the L on this one. I'm
He has no
sorry. Let him
choice.
have. Listen, Josh. What's her name? Phelps. Y'all need to let him hold that L for a while, just for a while, because he been screwing everybody over in town. Even though they kiss his butt, some type of, like I said, some type of Stockholm syndrome or something over Genoa City. Even we was talking about Jack and this whole thing with Nikki. I mean, that brings us to Sally and Billy, and this whole thing with Jill. Sally is another one.
Like,
I mean, so
he screwed you over too, girl.
exactly, he was trying to take your child, and then he had you doxxed. I don't understand.
Yeah.
And you were like, how could you, Billy? How could you do this? The family. What is wrong with y'all? Are y'all, drinking the Victor Newman Kool Aid? Is it something that he got something on y'all? What is it? But
Yeah.
anyway, now she wants him to stay at Abbott. He had already told her, if I ever get chancellor, you can have Abbott Communications. She, in my opinion, she thought it would never come to fruition.
Yeah.
She thought it would never come to fruition, which is why she agreed to it. Now that it is an option on the table, she's mad too.
Yeah. I'm like, you did a whole Kleenex wet nap contract agreement that, look, you got what you wanted, girl. And how about this? Whether he works or not, he owns the company. That is his company. It's Abbott Communication. Ma'am, you are not an Abbott. He's allowing you to work there.
Yeah.
She's forgetting that part.
I mean, it is his mama's money.
Mm-hmm. So it's within his family.
Mm-hmm.
So while she's crying and griping and all these different things, wouldn't it be better to support the man who's giving you employment?
Hey, Chelsea's doing it. Chelsea digging right on in.
Yeah, she's pro Newman. She's like, oh, I'm happy to be a part of the family. I'm like, you're the only one. I wouldn't be. But she's trying to check him and dictate how he needs to move, and then also try to guilt trip him. I'm like, sweetie, he gave you the position. You're the first position. You can run the company how you want to. It is what it is. You got it funded. He wants to go run chancellor. That's always been what he wanted.
Yeah.
So you both get everything that you wanted. So what are you complaining about?
It's control.
And you get to hire your friend.
It's control. She wanted to control this man. She figured that, and Phyllis tried to tell her months ago, this was like early 2025, Billy is going to do what he wants to do. And in this case, he has an opportunity. He's not spiraling. He's not obsessed. It's an opportunity that says, "Hey, I got a job offer for you. I need you to run Chancellor since I own it now." What's the problem? It's because she wanted control. She thought
Yeah.
that you're going to abide by my rules, and if you don't, then I'm going to isolate my emotions, alienate my affection from you. And it's like, that ain't how that work. You see what he decided to do.
Right. And once again, she's an employee. She is not an avid wife.
Girl,
She is
they're not
his
even married.
girlfriend. Thank you. Not even married. And she's making all of these ultimatums, these requests. He could just get rid of Avid Communications altogether because once again, he owns the company.
Yeah, he could even acquire it. He could say, I'm going to put it, ask Kane, hey, I need, you know what? I'm about to just pull this one. Put Abbott Communications up under the Arabesque umbrella. Then what?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do nothing because he's allowing you to run it. But it's an Abbott company.
Yeah, look, and for her to say that, oh, he has a need for control, he has a need for this, so do a lot of businessmen. Like, that's nothing new. You were just over there with the Newmans. They love control.
They love control.
So, I mean, either you want a man who's rich and who's powerful, who has all these resources, all these different, like, all the success, or you don't. And I agree with Matthew Jones here in the chat as well. Sally was so much better on Bold.
Oh, like, God, yes.
She's a complete mess on Y&R. Because I'm like, I've never met a woman who complains about having full control of a company and not having to deal with anybody else.
I don't even like, understand why she can't keep the relationship going. I mean, right. He going to work over there and you going to work over there. What's the problem? Because it ain't the type of work you want him to do?
And who is she to dictate what he should and shouldn't do? And with the stuff going on with Jill,
you're right,
especially now, and those flashbacks about Chancellor, how she wanted to give Chancellor to him, this really motivates him to take that over now. And she can't take that away from him.
Nope.
Because that's also part of his legacy, too. Yeah. Now, it's funny to me how she doesn't understand, like, why he would want this victory over Victor. Like, after everything that Victor has put him through, trashed him in the media, trashed him as a father. The reason why we have Chelsea as a character was that she was hired to SA Billy, and that resulted in one Johnny. Of the boys that Billy had. Yes. And he like, through like his addiction in his face, it had him arrested, thrown in the jail, like so many different things that he's put Billy through. Mm-hmm. So many. Mm-hmm. And once again, Victor has created a list of enemies, and now he's going to collect on the opportunity, especially after Nikki had no problem trashing him and kicking him out of Chancellor because she felt entitled to it because Victor handed her a company.
Here's the other thing I wanted to bring up right quick, and we're like, it's an hour 10 in on this one. Mm-hmm. With the whole thing with Billy and Kane, we saw the connection, and believe me, I understand Billy and Jack, obviously they love each other as brothers, but there is a lack of, what's the word I was, he doesn't really see Billy as ever going to be this great businessman who wants to run a business and is focused. The moment that Jack found out that he had this offer, because Billy didn't have to tell him, But he did. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna talk to my brother about this." And Jack gave that man so much grief, saying you're spiraling again. Yeah, why are you doing this? Poor Nikki. Are you gonna allow? What she say? Bree, are you gonna allow Nikki the opportunity to take her stuff out at least? And Billy was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm gonna give her the same that she gave me, which was
The
nothing."
same time frame she gave me.
Right.
I fully respect that. And once again, this is exactly why. What's the point of feeling bad for Newmans? They didn't care when it when it suited their interests.
Exactly.
And then you have Victoria, who told Nate this week that she's going to go to the ends of the earth to try to get Chancellor back for her mother because she deserves it. I'm like, what?
Mm-hmm.
But not Billy.
I want to go back to the whole thing with Billy and Kane because I really see a camaraderie with those two. I mean, obviously in 2025, because Kane was kind of all over the place with the Lily situation, both Phyllis and Billy was like, okay, what are you doing? One moment you saying you're doing this and then you're not doing this. Now Kane wants to give him this. He's happy about giving him the company because Sally was like, don't trust him. But it looked like Kane is really genuine at this point, when it comes to saying, hey, go run Chancellor for me, you know? And he was like, oh, yeah, I have no problem running it. But that conversation about Jill, because they both have a connection with Jill as a mother and then as a motherly figure to Kane, that I said that's the brother that Billy needs. Because Jack is not as supportive in what he wants to do, whereas Kane is like, listen, I know you can do this, here, take it and run it.
Yeah, I think what they're setting up is these two are going to be the dynamic duo. We think it's going to be Phyllis and Kane, but I think Kane is creating some form of exit plan. So if Phyllis starts talking out the side of her mouth, she's going to have the biggest fall out of all of them, and he's going to make sure that he and Billy are going to be free and clear of any
Right.
fallout.
But I mean, did that make it look like to you that he's more of a brother to
Yeah,
Billy than Jack is at this point?
in a lot of ways they are.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so. Because
Yeah,
Jill considers Kane's kids her grandchildren.
that is true. That is true. And because she's sick, Jill, and see, remember, why did Sally call her in the first place? And she couldn't talk to him. She had to talk to her brother.
Oh,
But
she was gonna call to basically snitch and tell her about the takeover with Kane, and that Billy's gonna take over Chancellor's and leave her high and dry. Or she's
and
gonna
then Victor tried to reach out too, but he also found out that Jill is not
he was
doing well,
sick.
so he left her alone too. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that Billy actually got a chance to call his mom and have a
Yeah.
conversation with her. And it sounded like the way that he made it sound like Jill was really happy to hear from him, and all of this, and he wants to go see her. And Kane is like, "Look, get out of here, go see your mama." So I like that. I like that feeling or that connection that Kane had with him. They really look like they could be brothers, which technically, in so many ways, they are. So.
Yeah. I actually really like that because we get another. They both could be friends.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I absolutely love this shift for Billy. First of all, I love that he's getting the win over Victor.
Mm-hmm.
That made me happy. But it seems like he's at peace,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that he reached out and communicated to his mother spoke volumes. That they're shifting like his hatred that he had for her giving away Chancellor, and then with everything going on, it's like there's a shift with Billy, and maybe him being around Kane can kind of help get him to remember what was great with him and his mother. And I don't know, it this seems like this would be beneficial for him than not. And maybe Sally doesn't see that.
Right. I got you. Yeah. It's different when you finally have somebody in this case like Billy who actually have confidence in him. Sally does not. They think she think he's spiraling and obsessed. Jack does not. He thinks the same thing, and he's what more worried about his ex over his own family. So it's just an interesting state of affairs. But I wanted to ask you this question before we move on to Bold and the Beautiful. On Monday, did I hear Victoria said that Billy's kids doesn't want to have anything to do with him? I thought I heard her say that.
No, they were they were asking like if what would happen if the kids were affected. And I think she kind of alluded to like, well, they're so used to everything being in the news, and they're going to be confused as to why their dad has control of this and took it away from the grandmother. It was more so a pity party.
Okay, gotcha. I was like, wait a minute, did I hear that? Okay, gotcha. All right, did we cover everything over there?
Yeah, for the most part. Didn't really care for the Nate, Victoria, and Audra thing. Didn't really care for that. That was pretty much it. That's meat, potatoes. Yeah.
All right. Interesting stuff this week on Y&R. Oh, what's up?
Wait. Sienna.
Girl, who cares? Bye. Go. I mean, no shade to the actress, but it's just like, it's so Matt is gone for now or whatever. You know, I mean, the girl wants to go home. Let her go home, and Noah's simping. Ugh. Okay.
Yeah, and he's gonna continue to do that Monday's episode.
I know, right, girl? I'm like, come on. He's like a kid with his nose wide open. Yeah, crazy. All right, I know everybody ready for Bold.
Oh yeah, so we can go ahead and roast Deacon and Ivy.
Ooh. All right, so pretty much we had two storylines this week. I really don't even. I guess there's a support to one storyline um, with Electra and Steffi going out of town to San Francisco to meet all these people. But pretty much the main storylines this week is the situation between Dylan and Will and Ivy, and then Sheila and Deacon and Tay Tay. So yeah. I guess let's go with the whole Electra and Will and all of that. So it's a weird situation altogether. And I said this the previous week. Electra offered a woman to stay at her boyfriend's house that you don't live at. When Eric Forrester, who got one of the biggest mansions in LA and all the space in the world with cabins and houses on his property and rooms in his house, as you call it, Bree, the GCAC of Bold and Beautiful. Yeah. You mean to tell me you couldn't find a place for that girl to stay at the house with you? There is no way, and I can't see this, that you're going to have a random girl stay at your boyfriend's house that you don't stay at.
Right. And I'm like, isn't this your friend?
Right.
So, like, and here's the other thing. Right up the street from Will is Finn and Steffi. Mm-hmm. They have plenty of space too. Like,
well, Tay got that space because she ain't got her own house.
Not for long. Not for long. Mm-hmm. But there was other options, or you guys could have helped her, like, get room and board on campus for free. Plus, y'all got money. You mean to tell me no one has like an extra apartment, or Bill doesn't have like an extra apartment, extra properties, anything outside of you suggesting she stay over there with your boyfriend?
Right. What
And this
happened
is
to
why
that
they're
little apartment that was upstairs? Does Deke live up there still with Deacon?
so they did a whole location change. So he was staying in the same building as Lee at one point.
Right.
Then they switched it to he stays in the same apartments that Deacon and Sheila stay at.
Okay, so the apartment is occupied. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. But either which way, and on top of that, this girl had her whole family, good terms with her mother, and friends in town. So that girl had options. She just went with the highest bidder. She went with the better solution for the fact that she had connections. Electra's part of the Fortune creation. This is a billionaire son. This was better resources, better options for her. Even though she should have went home.
Yeah. Girl, that whole thing, first of all, is just started off weird. Now, be that it may, that she's staying there. We saw Electra put ground rules about what she shouldn't do. You better not do this. You better not be here and there and everywhere, because the girl was doing their laundry, which, okay, that was.
Which is, it was
She claimed that she was trying to earn her keep, but I'm like, I ain't doing somebody else's laundry. I mean, it's one thing if it's your significant other, your children, but
thank you.
that's about it. Anyway, but she was doing all this stuff, and so Alexa is like, you need to keep your distance when I'm not there. Don't be in Will's house. However, on the flip side, those two are not on the same page, and this is where the three of them need to have a conversation. Now,
Yeah.
Will is like, listen, can nobody tell me where you should be in my house? You could come on in here. Don't worry about that. Well, the problem is that your girlfriend is worried about that, whether she's insecure or not. You need to talk with her. And then, of course, we saw Dylan feeling uncomfortable. She was telling him, listen, I don't know about this. I mean, it's already messing with Electra's head, in so many words, about me being in your main house when she's not here. And he was the one that was like, don't worry about it.
So I have a different viewpoint because once again, nobody's a wife. This
Mm-hmm.
man is he doesn't really have to explain himself to neither one of them. So once again, Electra, here is your opportunity. That if you felt very uncomfortable, how hard was it for you to pick up the phone and say, "Hey, Uncle Eric, I have my friend, needs a place to stay. Can you do this for me?" I'm pretty sure he would have been okay with that. And then in that same office, speak with Dylan and say, "Hey, turns out I feel very uncomfortable. You living with my boyfriend. However, my uncle Eric, he has a whole estate, plenty of room. I don't want you to be out in the streets. How about you come live over there with me?" Problem solved. And then when you have with Will, I think he definitely needs to have a conversation with Electra so he can make that clear to her that she cannot dictate how things are going to be ran in his house. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, she would feel away.
Yeah, that, and like you said, he need to have a conversation with her. I mean, if
And
here's the other thing that I have a issue with when it comes to Will. If I'm telling you I don't feel comfortable with this, why force me to do something I'm uncomfortable with? Now, granted, she could have said, nope, 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 nope. I'm going upstairs. You do you. I do me. I talk to you later. But he was very, he was definitely enforcing the fact that, no, don't be like that. You come in here. I understand she feels some kind of way and da da da. But I have a feeling that when all this comes out, which obviously Ivy did not run her away because she's at Forrester next week. Um, this is a mess, and I'm wondering if this is going to break them up or at least put them on the fence. What do you think?
Yeah, Ivy stuck her nose in Electra's, well, particularly Will's business, where she had no reason to, because Electra's out of town. That should have been her own concern right there. And once again, that's her boyfriend, not her husband. You were supposed to be sick. That's the reason why you didn't go on a trip. But you have no problem taking your sick self and hopping over to this man's house to spy. And you want to go to the girl and not Electra's boyfriend. So, and then try to run her out of town. Once again, who are you to dictate what is proper? And I'm like, everyone is grown. Everyone is an adult. You cannot dictate, same way Electra cannot dictate who stays in this man's house and what they do in that house. If he's saying it's okay, that's his business. Let him deal with the consequences. If he loses Electra, I highly doubt he's going to lose sleep like that.
Mm-hmm.
He a billionaire son. He can get these girls flock to him.
Yep.
But Electra cannot get another billionaire son. So she.
Well, I mean, RJ is after.
She better hang on tight to that one. Like she got two options.
I mean, you got a Forrester billionaire son and a Spencer billionaire son, so, and they both are interested in her. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think that I'm telling you, I don't know this the girl that played Dylan. I don't know her name as an actress, but she is definitely oozing with chemistry when it comes to Will.
Oh yeah, they have great chemistry. Like, I'm rooting for these two. He was extra open, sharing all of like his personal like trauma that he went through.
Right. He said he never told Electra that.
Maybe she didn't make it easy for him to do that.
Well, remember when that thing went down with Luna, she didn't even at first see that as SA. She saw that as you slept with another woman.
Yeah, and he said like, oh, I can't believe that I'm with somebody like Electra, like everything I put her through. I'm like, poor baby, that wasn't on you. That was Luna. She put you in that predicament. She was spiking your drinks with 180 proof vodka.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he put the blame on himself. This boy, well, this young man, I'm not going to say boy, this young man has fought for Electra, has been protecting Electra. Anyone who could hear him, every other word was Electra, just so they know that is his girl. So for her to feel insecure when there's women that she works with who will pounce on him, who have been disrespectful in her face trying to approach Will.
Mm-hmm.
Here is Dylan, who you invited into your man's home, by the way. And she's actually trying to respect your wishes, but yet you're still insecure, but won't take action to remedy the situation. And then also you're speaking with Steffi. And I'm like, Steffi, you hear this. Why don't you suggest Dylan move over there with you?
Right.
Like, if this is your family member, you care about her. Like, The girl is still over at Will's house until you guys either make a move to either help her get her place of her own or transition her into one of your guys' multi-million-dollar estates. Simple.
Yeah. And I was wondering when I did the spoilers on Sunday with you guys, when they said that Finn inadvertently put them two together. Come to find out, he had to work, and that included Hayes. They babysat Hayes. They got the approval from Electra. Electra was on the phone with both of them. She heard Finn talk about working late, and he had to stay longer and longer and longer with Steffi right there on the call. She knew everything that was going on. Now, after Hayes went to sleep, Will was the one that says, "Hey, I want to see how you dance." What should have been Dylan's next move?
Oh, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep, and this wouldn't be appropriate, and I'll talk to you tomorrow, Will. Something of that nature.
Yep.
But no, this girl decided to go change.
Girl, and what she had on, the little sheer thing with the little leotard underwear up underneath, I'm like, okay.
I'm like, oh, so he wants to see that flexibility and you want to show it off. Oh, okay.
She's an excellent ballerina, though.
Oh, she a nighttime ballerina. She did it at night. She just like Nikki.
Right, but I know I'm talking about the actress. You can tell that in real life, she's definitely a ballerina.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Side note, the actress who plays Poppy is a ballerina.
Yeah, she sure is.
So we got some dancers on the show, but I'm like, why did you want to see her dance, Will?
Right. Now
night.
that's a question that needs to be asked. Why would you ask a young woman that's not your girlfriend, can you dance for me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the back bends and legs up in the air, like, okay, well,
And
I guess
then
he's
look
trying
at
to keep.
I need you to look at that picture. Do you see his hand placements?
Yeah, that is.
Now, Ivy,
Okay.
that's why I'm like, Ivy, you only seeing one side of this. Number one, you should be asking why is Will so acceptance of this. So just say she was doing what Ivy is saying that she was doing. Will is open to it.
Oh yeah, like he's wide open. Look at that body language. Usually, when the bodies look inward together, they're very much into each other.
Girl, when I saw, I had to track that picture down because it's perfect. He got one hand on her lower half in the back, and then the other hand on bare skin on that thigh.
On that couch. That's just, okay.
They got great chemistry. They have excellent chemistry. Y'all should have brought her along for him a long time ago. But hey, hey, we got it right now. But there's a lot of things that there's about three things that I think Will did wrong on here. If this young woman is saying your girlfriend is not comfortable with whatever, maybe you should have a conversation instead of saying, don't worry about it. Number two, don't ask somebody that's out, especially when technically the interaction with Hayes is done. Ask her to go get dressed and dance for you. And then there's the nighttime swim.
Oh, no. They had that conversation.
That conversation is the other piece.
Yep.
Where he poured out his heart, was crying crocodile tears about how his dad slept with his mom and his auntie and all this other stuff. And he ain't even had that conversation with his own girlfriend. Why is that, Will?
Yeah. Maybe it's more infatuation than love. And I don't know. He shared some things, a lot of personal things that, I mean, your girlfriend should know about. She should know at least know your innermost thoughts. But maybe Alexa's made it more about herself, or maybe there's just been all these situations that have happened. He hasn't been able to express himself. I don't know.
Yeah, and for the fact that Ivy had to go bust in that girl's bedroom to say what she had to say and call her, you were stripping for him and you were coming on to him and throwing yourself. I'm like, what? Where did you see all that?
Right.
And that's what people be talking about. Perception is reality. No, perception is you're in your head.
And why are you busting into the girls' room and not Will's? Because once again, you have no place to question what is going on in that man's house. None.
Another thing, you supposed to be sick. Why are you breathing on me over here, yelling and stuff?
Thank you. Thank you.
Gonna give
I
me
would be
what
so
you
offended
got.
by that. Like, you bringing these germs into my room? Like that. Like, if I get sick, I'm blaming you. But yeah, and it's saying it's not proper. It's not proper. You had no problem cheering Electra on to lose her virginity instead of telling her to save it for marriage. That would have been proper.
Wait. Wasn't she undermining somebody's relationship? Was it Hope or Steffi?
Steffi.
Okay, was that proper?
Mm.
What are you talking about? You was trying to get up under Liam while he was in a relationship with Steffi, but you want to talk about something proper.
Yeah, and you would think that she would have a business to mind of her own. She'd been in LA for 2 years, and Liam was single as a Pringle, and she waited to the very last minute when he was nowhere near thinking about getting with anybody else, that she wanted to try to profess her love to this man. It's like right after he has his injury, his surgery, everything. Mm-hmm. Now, now she has just been zeroed in focus with everything Electra. She has been Electra's sounding board, and now you want to be the protector of this grown girl. Let these kids do what they're gonna do. Yeah. Like it's a learning experience.
Yeah, like, she ain't got no.
Nobody's married.
Exactly. I mean, why did they bring this girl? She's just an anchor for Electra. She was one of the other characters years and years ago as an opposite, playing the opposite to Steffi or Hope or whoever, right? Right. Now she's just a supporting anchor for Electra because they don't give her nothing to do. She works the jewelry line and that's it. There's no romance for her. Like you said, at the last minute, she tried to ask Liam, for a date or interest or whatever. He would decide to go with Hope. It's like, okay, so what we doing with Ivy? She going around snooping in people's houses.
Yeah, sick. And everything.
Right. When she should have been at work. If you can go and snoop at somebody's house and yell at them, you could have been at work in San Francisco.
Oh yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Like, and then you want to tell this girl to pack it up and go
leave town, home. Or I'll tell her what you did. Which was what? Because all Will is going to do is dispel everything you just said.
Yep.
And Electra's going to believe her boyfriend, not you. That's normally how that works. Usually the messenger comes back and tells somebody what somebody's significant other has done. And then when that other person is like, no, that didn't happen, in most cases, they end up listening to the significant other.
You know what I thought Dylan was going to do? I thought she was going to push that girl off the balcony.
Wow.
And that would have been an interesting twist. People are like, oh, we had the dark side to Dylan too. It's like, okay, I like that. But yeah, Ivy need to mind her own business. Find her a man. I would say Carter, but he got Daphne now. But mind your business. This is not your house. Mm-hmm. Electra is gone. That should be your only concern. Like, You don't.
If I was Dylan, and maybe this would be my flip the script, I would have been like, walk right past her, go downstairs, knock on that door, and get Will to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
Since you want to be up in my face telling me I need to leave town, how about you get the other part of this story from him?
Mm-hmm.
Then what you gonna do? Because Will is definitely gonna tell you, I love your niece. We were just in here as friends having some conversation. Well, what was she dancing for? Because I asked her to. I wanted to see what she could do as a ballerina. Then what?
And then what? And then what? Exactly. It's Alexa's choice of whether or not she's going to stay or she's going to go. So once
Right.
again, he can get any other girl to fill Alexa's position. Electra has two options. She's about to burn out one of them, courtesy of her aunt. The next one is going to be RJ. She can't get another billionaire's son.
I know one thing. I'm wondering what Will's response is going to be when he find out about Ivy. Because it got to come out somehow.
Oh, yeah. I think it will, without question. And, like, this is very interesting start to the bold sweeps that they started off with the younger cast. It was actually fairly interesting. I actually love the chemistry between Will and Dylan, but this stuff with Ivy in the mix of this, I'm like,
Yeah, it's just weird, and she keep repeating what's proper. And obviously, I mean, I listen to Australian TV. I don't They don't talk like that. It's like she's doing overdoing what she's trying to say. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever heard, that as a common theme with them saying something like that.
and you know what they're trying to point out, because I think Electra said that Ivy is more traditional, and that's the reason why she can't go over to Will's house that often and spend nights, because it wouldn't be appropriate. And I'm like,
why would she need to go over there anyway? Wait a minute, who's traditional, Electra or Ivy?
Ivy.
Okay, why would she be over at Will's house spending the night in the first place? For what? I mean,
yeah,
you said
because that's her boyfriend.
Wait, you said Ivy. You mean Electra?
Yeah. What I was saying is Electra had a conversation with Steffi, saying that Ivy was very traditional and she had traditional values, and that it wouldn't be appropriate for Electra to go spend several nights with her boyfriend when they're not married. And I'm like, Ivy, you yourself were not married.
And half of the stuff that she was doing, she wasn't married to. I mean, come on.
Yeah, losing her V card to Liam, and like the stuff that she had to. And the thing is, like, remember when she was with Wyatt and she was up to be a lingerie model?
Right. So was that proper?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm done. Like, Ivy, you lost
Stop trying to rewrite history. You want to go out there
Yes.
and you was slanging it everywhere, but then you're going to tell your niece, oh, that's not proper. I'm traditional. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and let's not forget about her little fling with Thomas, too.
Mm-hmm.
Was that proper?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she can miss me with that.
Exactly.
But you see no problem encouraging Electra to lose her V card um, to Will, and then you want to put stipulations as to whether or not she spends time with her boyfriend, and if she spends the night. I'm like, man, where's your husband?
And the thing is, the girl already gave up her V card to Will. So I mean, where was your proper conversation then?
Right.
I want to ask you a question. So I see some comments in the chat about them thinking that Dylan is like another Luna. Do you think that's what this storyline is about, or is this some like soft romance that's brewing between these two?
I think they both can be true at the same time. I think we're seeing maybe the soft romance brew, kind of like we saw with Luna, and then
Mm-hmm.
they'll do a switch, and then we'll see the crazy side of Luna. Because I don't think like Dylan or Electra, like they're not going to be on forever like that. There's no shade to the actors whatsoever, but yeah, I can see them creating a Luna like character. I don't think Luna's gone. I'll still stand by that. I'll still say that. I mean, the girls doing in the credits, but yeah, that she could be more like it. Like I wish they wrote her more like an Amber Moore sort of character, where she kind of just plays her role for a little bit, and then she'll do a quick switch up after she got her hooks into the guy, and then wants to try to get money out of the guy. I don't know. Like they need an Amber Moore like character on this show.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I mean, it like you said, it could be possible that she could be some sinister. Who knows? Because Ivy was like, "Who are you? We don't know where you're from. You know, you this, you that." And I'm like, "Okay, are they building upon something with that statement?" So, I guess we'll have to see. But I honestly like the chemistry between Will and Dylan.
Me
So,
too.
yeah.
It was fire. Like all their scenes, I was like, oh, I like them together. And Sharon Rizzo 2540, I agree. She said the way Dylan looked at Ivy today was kind of creepy. That's why I thought she was going to push her off the balcony because I'm like, ooh, like
Mm-mm.
there's some crazy streak right there.
I know, right? All right, let's switch gears because while Miss Steph was out of town, her mom decided to, yeah, just let it all out.
Ugh,
And poor Sheila, Sheila is trying to set the mood and, she's trying to love up on her husband and he is just being cold because his mind and heart is elsewhere. He's in love with somebody else. And love is an interesting word because they barely started talking to each other a month ago and now y'all love each other? Okay, whatever.
yeah. Um, Crystal Harper, I feel the same. She said Taylor and Deacon ill. Let me know when it's over.
Well,
Uh,
listen, we got Jay Money cheering this on. He is championing this coupling. I don't really see the chemistry. Even that kiss was awkward.
yeah, I couldn't be on board. I
It's
did
like
message him.
you message who, Jay Money?
I'm like, this is your time to shine.
Right.
Please convince us.
But yeah, I mean, when they had that kiss on screen, when she's like, you know what, I don't see you as my patient anymore. I just got to tell you how I feel. I want you in my life and all this. And Deacon was that he was looking for that opening. He was looking for that opening because he's been trying to find reasons for something. His kids have been trying to talk him out of it. He was waiting for Taylor to give him the green light. And not only did she give him the green light, she raised the bridge for him to cross over.
Yeah. Um, he couldn't even be mad about it
Nope.
at all. And I'm the most disappointed with Taylor because now you were deliberately trying to help break up this man's marriage. He went back to his wife and made a choice to make things work. And you've been passive aggressive this whole time. And now you are deliberately telling this man, yeah, you should go ahead and break up with your wife. And oh, by the way, I love you too. I can't deny these feelings. I can't deny this. So you're a homewrecker. Everything that you said Brooke was, now you want to be.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm always been team Taylor, but not this. This is not the move.
It's just not.
And I can't get behind this. I can see if Deacon was like single,
Well, we saw a glimpse of that before Deacon married Sheila when Krista Allen was Taylor. There was chemistry there.
Yeah.
And then they left it alone, and of course we lost Krista Allen, and then obviously fast forward we got Rebecca. But I mean, honestly, I'm sorry, I don't see the chemistry. That's just me. I don't know about
Yeah.
anybody else. I just don't. And like I said, when I saw the kiss was just awkward to me. I'm like, y'all forcing it.
Yeah. And you think that there's like no man on this earth that they could have put Taylor with. You put her with one of Sheila's been. That's how low does she stoop. She is playing a side chick to Sheila's husband. Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's very much married. There's no paperwork drawn up showing he's getting a divorce. He's still before he went to meet with Taylor, he was still sharing a bed with his wife,
Mm-hmm.
sharing a home, sharing a restaurant, sharing all these different things. He's very much married. Yep. And you love this man knowing that he's married, and you're willing to be his side chick up until, I guess, he decides to get divorced, if he's even man enough to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you went from being a doormat to a home wrecker.
Girl. Yes, yes, yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And especially you spent the most of 2025 when you were engaged to Ridge telling Brooke to stay out of your relationship. That Ridge is engaged to me. He chose me. Don't try to come in between me and Ridge. Yet you trying to come in between Deacon and Sheila.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. And that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is that is Sheila Carter's husband,
right,
that you're going after. So what do you think is going to happen to you after you try to take her husband?
Yeah, go ask your daughter.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Steffi put her foot down in them previews.
Oh, yes, she did. And I don't blame her. I mean, normally, we've had our things to say about Steph, but I can't disagree with her on this round. It's like, what are you thinking? And when Deacon said, well, are you worried about I ain't afraid of nothing. Oh, okay. Cool. I need you to hold that if and when Sheila comes for you.
Mm-hmm. And look, in the meantime, you are not going to be anywhere near this family while you're dealing with him. And I don't blame her. All the stuff that she just went through with Luna, that's the reason why she keeps dipping out and taking like these European retreats to try to forget what's going on with Luna. And then now that Luna is supposedly gone, now you want to reignite the original beast in the streets,
right?
Which is Sheila Carter, because you can't help these feelings you have for Deacon. Yeah, you can't be around my family because you're going to be attracting that could put my kids in danger, me in danger, my husband in danger. No.
Yep.
You deal with that mess over there. So I respect those previews. Respect Steffi in those previews.
Yes, I did too. I'm like, girl, it ain't that serious. You finna go over there and walk into a lion's den, and Deacon is just as dumb. How you gonna sit up there and tell you a married man, and you gonna sit up there and tell this girl that you love her and kiss on her when your wife has been trying to reach out to you and figure out what's going on, and she tells him to go leave her. You putting a bullet on a bullseye on your back.
Yeah. And Sheila rarely misses.
Yeah, a target on your back. So you know what? When you said that you're not afraid of Sheila, well, when she come for you, don't be afraid. You stand right there.
Mm-hmm. Um, Monique Abrams said Rebecca did say in Soap Opera Magazine that Taylor felt seen with Deacon. Oh, she gonna really be seen by Sheila too.
Exactly.
2020 vision. She gonna make sure she sees Taylor. And those
My thing is, how
pop-ups.
is Sheila gonna find out? I have a feeling them two are probably going to get busy in there because remember they cut this scene. I'm just assuming this is just speculation. It could go differently, but they're still mid kiss when this episode ends. Sheila loves to barge in Taylor's office. Who knows what's gonna be going down? Whether Deacon have her on top of the desk or on the couch or wherever, and Sheila walk in on those two, she is going to lose it.
I need to see that preview again because weren't Taylor and Deacon about to get busy? Because she said something about like she doesn't care about Sheila or something.
I gotta go back and see.
What is? I think it's gonna be like real soapy, and Sheila catches them in the act.
That's what I think too. In her office, because she ain't going to Steffi's house. That and Steffi ain't finna bring Deacon over there to screw. So more than likely, she probably gonna think she got that door lock and gonna end up over there in that office.
Oh, Aisha Jackson said Lee's gonna tell. Lee might tell her new BFF.
Let me see. Is there a spoiler, Aisha? Let me know.
I think that might be a prediction, but yeah, her new BFF. Who knows? But I don't know. I wouldn't. You work in a hospital. All of those doctors. You mean to tell me you had to stoop low to get one of Brooke Logan's ex and Sheila's current husband? Is slim pickings for you. And you're supposed to be this world-renowned doctor, supposed to have ethics and moral compass and all of that just was gone out the window, apparently. But no other man was available for you.
Okay, so I'm looking at the spoilers for next week, and it must does not come out because by Friday, February 6th, it says Sheila remains blissfully unaware of Deacon and Taylor.
So they're going to have an affair behind her back then.
Yep. And yeah, look like Taylor, that possible affair might go down on Thursday. Let me see what else. Well, Steffi does tell her father about it on Friday too.
Oh, that's not surprising. And then he's gonna be all up in y'all business too.
But my thing is, okay, so they're gonna try to figure out a way to be together. I see that as well. My thing is, you think that you're gonna walk her. Here's the thing: with him being so interested in Taylor right now, you're gonna actually be a different energy around your wife. And no man can serve two masters, as they say. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, how do you think you're gonna pass off this ruse and hide this when, just like what's happening with Bill, when Haley wants to, even though Haley being sneaky, but he's like, I don't feel like it today, or not tonight, or playing sleep and stuff like that. That other person is gonna figure out that something's going on. How you gonna play that? And that girl gonna people's intuition. It wouldn't be a bit surprising that Sheila just pop up somewhere down the line. It may not be next week, but maybe in the upcoming weeks that she pop in on those two, and then it's a wrap because he can't play nice with both of them.
Right. So he's going to be a liar, a cheater, and a coward. And if you are so into Taylor, you love Taylor all of a sudden, then go ahead and divorce Sheila.
Yeah, but he's scared of Sheila. Both of them, that's why they tiptoeing. because they're afraid of that woman. If this was Brooke, Taylor would have no problem trying to steal Deacon from Brooke in the open.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It'll just
I
be a
agree.
back and forth yelling match. But because it's Sheila, y'all want to tiptoe through the tiptoe through the tulips, as they say.
And apparently, Taylor doesn't care. Oh, we gonna see if you don't care.
So
I hope you got a particular set of skills to
oh, by the
protect
way,
yourself.
Bree, that ultimatum from Steffi happens on Monday.
Ooh. So then we know which direction Taylor went then.
Well, somehow she got word of it, unless maybe Taylor came over to the office. I mean, not Taylor, Steffi. Just like Steffi eavesdropped before, maybe she comes over there to the office, find out that they've been smooching or whatever, and she get mad and tell her about herself. Or maybe Taylor just say, I'm in love with Deacon. She gonna be like, wait, what?
Yeah. So all that gaslighting she was doing to her daughter, she's been right about it.
Yep.
But now you're going to sit there and tell her, well, yeah, you were right all along, and yeah, I do love Deacon.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I want Steffi to cuss her out. I want her to cuss her out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and I can't be mad at Steph telling her, listen, you want to be with that man, fine, but you can't do that over here.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut you off.
Now, what if she lies to Steffi just so she can try to stay around the
Well, then
family?
that goes into the Tuesday episode because according to the spoilers, Taylor and Deacon vow to find a way to be together. So if that ultimatum happens on Monday, with them on Tuesday trying to figure out a way to be together, they probably gonna try to tiptoe behind everybody.
Oh wow! I hope it's worth it, Taylor. That's all I can say.
Mm-hmm.
Because you looking like a real fool in these streets. You are a mother and a grandmother doing this. And we expect this from Brooke because Brooke, I mean, she has the Carfax report to showcase everything that she's been doing with her vehicle.
Right.
All that extra mileage,
Mm-hmm.
there's no amount of reset for all that mileage. Now you are putting yourself on the path just like Brooke and thinking with feelings and no logic. He's married, regardless of who it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But he also got to realize he married.
That part.
I mean, she got to know it, but he do too.
But here's the thing. Sheila's, because women we're still us. If he's not kissing his wife or being intimate with his wife, she's going to know something's wrong. So what did he get to keep up with appearances so she won't suspect anything? I don't know. I'm just like, so you're going to be perfectly fine, Taylor, with this man keeping up appearances with his wife, laying up next to his wife, kissing his wife, and sleeping with his wife, and then coming to you with her on his breath.
Girl. I mean, or he could pull a Hope Logan that while he's sleeping with Sheila, he's thinking about Taylor. Yeah, exactly. That never works. I don't see how people do it. If you're dealing with somebody else, but then your main original person that you're with is going to something is going to be there, especially if you cut off the sex or you're not into it. And Sheila is a vibrant, spicy woman. She's used to putting on maid outfits and doing all this kind of stuff. And then he comes in and he's like, "Yeah, I got work to do." She gonna be like, "What's wrong with you?"
And it wasn't that long ago he was sucking on them 8 toes.
Exactly. So you gonna cut all that off and get at the tailor and expect Sheila to just be like, "Oh, okay, maybe you just having a bad day." How many bad days you gonna have before you tell her the truth?
Exactly. And you're not moving forward to getting a divorce or anything like that. And then your kids are also aware that you developed feelings for a whole other woman.
And even
So
Finn
you,
is sitting back smirking about it.
yes. So how long is he going to try to keep up with appearances and not give his wife any? That's why I'm like, he's still going to be in the bed with her, be intimate with her. He's still going to work with her. He's going to keep things business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
And then sleep with Taylor on the side. So
Yeah.
he in love with his side chick.
That's just
And he's
way
not.
too, girl. That give me a headache thinking about the fact that he got to go through all that. If you don't want to be with that woman, you need to sit her down and have a conversation. But he's afraid to.
And J Money, if you're listening, sir, because I know sometimes you listen and you're busy. This is where you need to chime in, because I'm like, please convince us how this is a great thing.
Yeah, it's just not that she's putting a target on her back,
Oh yeah,
literally.
especially when all of this comes out. First things first, she's going to really try to come after Taylor, and then y'all live in California. If you're going to go through a divorce, she going to come after her half.
Yeah, I mean, she could walk away and say, "Well, you know what? You want a divorce? Well, I own half of this restaurant, and I own half of the
Mm-hmm.
money. What you gonna do
Yeah.
now? Because you are married, you want out, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you
No
gonna
prenup.
no prenup." So I mean, it depends on how the writers want to go with this. They gonna either make her go back to crazy Sheila, or maybe do something different with her and make her come after his assets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she gonna come after Taylor with a knife and come after Deacon to a knife to his wallet.
Yeah, so, that's funny that Brooklyn is singing "Secret Lovers" in the chat, but she said they will be caught by one of them grandkids. They're gonna come back home like, who was that? Douglas saw Brooke mommy kissing Santa Claus or something.
I remember that. And then she was trying to get the boy to stop not saying
Exactly,
anything.
because she kissed Deacon.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh goodness. He can never keep a woman and not cheat on her.
Mm-mm.
He did it with all of his women.
Well, well, Taylor, get ready, because who's next?
Right. I mean, how you get them is how you lose them, and
Yeah,
everything that she's doing right now. This is, I mean, you were going to be a side chick, because if you guys are trying to tiptoe to not upset anyone and not turn Sheila crazy, he's got to keep it with appearances.
right.
So he's not inching whatsoever to a divorce attorney anytime soon.
That's gonna be tough because there are times where he ain't gonna be able to get away
Mm-hmm.
because Sheila is gonna want him for something or whatever, and he's going to be miserable because he wants to be somewhere else.
Yeah. So, Taylor, you really stoop low, girl.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I got no words. There's nothing to defend. There's she's a homewrecker.
Yep.
Simple put, he's married. This is exactly what a homewrecker is doing.
Yep. So, she better not say not one other word to Brooke about
Yeah.
anything related to any of it. Because you're
Yeah.
doing the one thing that you always talk about Brooke doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, good luck with that. All right, did we cover everything on Bold?
Yeah, it was just two storylines. That was
Yeah.
it.
All right, we're moving over to Beyond the Gates. And y'all tap the screen and like it's about what 127 people watching or more.
129.
Okay. All right. So y'all make sure y'all tap the screen. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
Hit
because we
that
got
like
49
button.
likes.
29.
49.
Oh, okay. I was going to say 29. Can we at least
Mm.
get it up to 75 likes? Give me 75 likes out there. All right.
Yes.
I know some of y'all are ninja watching in the background, no typing, just listening. That's fine.
Like J Money.
But just hit the like button. I appreciate it. Good night, Gail. I know there's a couple people who don't sit through Beyond the Gates, so good night,
No
Gail.
problem. Night, Gail. Night, everyone.
Okay, we got to talk about Beyond the Gates. We had several storylines. We got Miss Nicole getting her
Freakum dress.
groove back. We got Leslie setting traps because she mad at Shanice for getting in a relationship with Teddy Pooh.
Mm-hmm.
We have Anita losing her hair after her chemo treatments.
Yeah.
We got the breakup. What seems to be at this point. I'm not sure whether they're gonna finalize it, but Chelsea and Madison.
Madison.
Yes. Joey ended up going after the guy that attacked Vanessa.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Nessa.
What'd you say?
You said Nessa.
Nessa. And Bill is having some regrets about cheating on Danny and breaking up his relationship and his marriage.
Mm. Let's put them two back together. Let's call it a day.
Mm-hmm. That's what they want to do. So just go ahead and do it. I mean, Haley gonna be on her way out with this medication or this stuff she's putting in his tea.
Yeah, because at this point, to be honest, Danny has never stopped loving Bill or wanting to get back with Bill. I think that she's using Andre as a pause to keep her entertained in between. Because even with that dialogue from last week with Bill, she said that he is like enchanting. He's a good guy. She made it seem like he's filling a void, not like that she's madly in love with him.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she's still kissing Bill, she herself is thinking about Bill and fantasizing about him. She wore this blue dress, which I actually love with that belt. The same dress that she knew was going to drive him crazy. She admitted to Nessa that she still seeks after attention. She doesn't love Andre the same way. Right. And that marriage with Andre is never going to last long because this man specifically said he wants to try to have a family of his own. And she's aware of that. So go ahead, put Bill and Danny back together. If he cheats on her again, that's her own problem. But let Andre find a woman that's actually going to be a real wife and want a real family with him.
Yep. I just think that, and then he's so young. He's another one that is at the age where he can start his own family, and Danny is not going to be able to do that for him.
Yeah.
So, let him go on. It sucks because he was the guy that was carefree and do what he wants, and then he decided to settle down with her. But hey, you should never go in on a rebound situation. And
right.
Especially with Danny being so hard pressed on getting Bill's attention for most of 2025, and then you figure that I'm going to be the one that's going to stop her in her tracks. Nah.
Mm-mm. And the fact that she's having these secret meetings, private meetings, even while married. Mm-hmm. she doesn't take this seriously like Andre is taking it
Right.
seriously.
Now I gotta answer because Aditha Lee said Danny and Andre can adopt. It wasn't about the fact that she couldn't have children. It's the fact that she don't want more children. Her
Right.
children are adults.
Real grown.
Yeah, she didn't want any more children at this point. Not that, not only the fact that she's closer to what 50. So
Mm-hmm.
keep
I think
talking,
she
Bree.
is 50.
Keep talking,
Cause
Bree.
they, yeah, because they said that Danny should be 49 right at 50, and Nicole should be like in her early 50s. But she made it clear that she said that she was done and she was perfectly fine going on the grandma train if Naomi and Jacob ever decided to want kids, which that's that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But she was even picking on Bill when it came to Haley wanting to try to have children. She's like, "You gonna do that at our age?"
Mm-hmm.
So this is not any. It's not anything that she wants,
Mm-hmm.
especially long term.
I agree. Yep. So, um, there's so many moving parts on here. What about the thing with Madison and Chelsea?
Boy, this I'm like Chelsea girl, go ahead and move on. It sounds like she just wants Madison to condone her her wild behavior, and no one has to deal with that.
Mm-mm.
Madison is saying, hey, you have to change who you are. It's just not going to align with my beliefs and what I want to do, what I want in a partner going forward. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
And this proposal saying I want to spend the rest of my life with you, this taps into a lot of Chelsea's immaturity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is also why, I hate to say this, why Kat and Chelsea get along to some degree, because they share a lot of similar immaturities, but you don't jump into a marriage proposal just to try to keep someone. Mm-hmm. Madison is trying to be real and say, hey, if this is who you are, you feel you need to be free, and you feel like I'm changing you or trying to restrict you from being who you really are, well, then it's better for us to just separate and you go live your life. I'm going to live mine. And you don't have to change who you are. Just find the right person who aligns with your beliefs and what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it was healthy and very mature of Madison.
Mm-hmm. I just think that this started off fast, and they were told that they're moving fast. They even recognized that they move kind of fast. But there's a definite maturity level difference between those two.
Yeah. And I think Chelsea said it best. He said, like, on paper, we are not a match. Mm-hmm. Boy, that's so true. Mm-hmm. I think they said it too, that they started off really fast, because I think after 2 weeks they were saying they loved each other. It's just been one thing after another with Chelsea, with the stuff that happened with Allison, and then the stuff that she had to get over, how she was traumatized by that, the stuff with her grandmother, now her mom, and she just wants to try to have a break, which I don't agree with the method, mm-hmm. but she's grown. That's her choice, I guess. But that doesn't mean that Madison has to just put up with that. Mm-hmm. And I think the relationship reached its peak. And it's not like Chelsea's not going to find another. She likes multiples. That's what she was telling Kat. I think it was early this week, mm-hmm. that she likes to have. She was talking about, Kat was talking about her mom, and she was like, "Oh, throw a girl in the mix, and that's the dream scenario." Okay, then go be in that poly, dynamic that fits you. Madison just doesn't want to be a part of that. Case closed.
Yep, and you can't force her. And trying to make something happen between the two of you is just not going to work.
Yeah, and once again, like they'll put them with people that just align with their beliefs. It's the same thing I wanted for Andre. They can put him with the girl who's actually going to be a legitimate wife, and you put Madison with someone who is going to understand her more. Because even when it came to Madison's mom, Chelsea was leaning more towards the free spirit of the mom, and that caused contention with them too as well. So maybe it's just time. Well, Madison, it is time. She's about to go to Germany or someplace.
Denmark, I think.
Yeah, so she says she's gonna hop on a plane and she done. And I hate that.
On paper, she's more compatible with Naomi.
Well, technically speaking, yeah.
I mean, not saying that was happen, but looking at the two, her and her sister are opposites, just like Danny and Nicole was, because Nicole is trying to be this spontaneous free spirit all of a sudden. But
yeah,
that's the same thing with Danny's girls. Naomi is the hardworking, ambitious, strive for the best, don't color out the lines, do, hard pressed and focus on whatever she needs to do. And Chelsea is just this wild child.
Yeah. And she get it from her mama.
Yep.
Which is why I never understood why they were at odds. They're the same person. But yeah, they'll put Chelsea with someone else. I wouldn't be surprised if Allison hops out of jail some way, somehow. But they'll put Chelsea with someone else. I don't want the Madison character to go away. I actually like the Madison character. But I guess this reached its peak, and that's it.
Okay. What about this thing with Joey? He lied to Vanessa's face again.
I mean, this is probably foreplay for them at this point. I mean, with the line of work that he does, there's just a certain way that things need to be handled. And the fact that she had a bruise on her wrist, he's just not going to just let her take care of it. We've seen the extent of how she's taking care of it. And she got a bruise on her wrist. So I think letting her think that she got it under control was fine, but he let that man know, you never touch anything that's mine. And I think he made that clear. The way you saw how that man sprinted out of the country when he saw Vanessa. And sometimes it just takes a man's touch to make that point very clear. Don't mess with mine.
I don't even know. Vanessa talking about, oh, I can handle it. And I did handle it. I don't need you to. I'm thinking like, girl, stop.
Girl, and I love Vanessa. Love Nessa. She is true to her messiness. She don't care about who knows it. She's sitting 10 toes down with it, but she got to be at least, 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah.
She a tiny little thing. And the way that man grabbed her up, I'm like, one wrong move, it would have been done for you, girl. So maybe it's nothing. Like, you're with a man like Joey because he provides the excitement, but that intimidation, but he gives the appearance that, that appearance of protection. Lean into it. Since you want this man so badly.
We also got multiple scenes. So besides the kiss between Danny and Bill, we got a love scene between Shanice and if you guys follow me on Instagram, you might have got a chance to see some of the edits.
Yes.
But I did one on Shanice and Ted. I'm working on a new one with um, Nicole and Carlton that happened today. So stay tuned for
Much
that one.
better.
Hmm.
It was much better.
Yeah,
That love
it
scene.
was. I'm sorry. I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Did you see Jay Money's message about his favorite couple?
Who is his favorite couple, child?
Taylor and Deacon. He said, "Are you going to do your
Oh yeah, I
edits?"
saw that, and I gave him a big old side eye.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay,
Like, good luck,
whatever.
girl.
Yeah, good luck with that one. Um, but yeah, so we had multiple scenes. There was a lot of people across social media that actually gave props to Ted and Shanice over the first fireplace scene and wall scene with Carlton and Nicole. So I
Yeah.
will tell
Yeah.
you, Beyond the Gates will definitely give us some bedroom scenes. We have
Oh,
yet
yeah.
recently to see anything on the other two soaps.
Yeah. When was the last scene
I
on
don't even know
both?
what the last scene was on The Young and the Restless. It's Claire and Holden.
I think that was too far in between. Like, well, that's definitely been a couple of months. Um, oh, Billy and Sally. That's right. That's right.
Girl,
They had a
okay.
yeah. That was
I don't even know what
yeah.
that was. It's not like, ooh, y'all remember that scene with Billy and Sally? It's not that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, step it
Well,
up.
wait a minute. We did have some scenes between Kane and Phyllis.
Okay. I mean, okay. And she was driving most of those love scenes, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And Nicole was driving the love scene today with Carlton. I mean, he was up against the wall.
Mm-hmm. Right. He was up against the wall.
And we get to see Daphne's video vixen, resume showcase as of late.
Yeah. I thought they would give us a little bit more with Carter and her. Because Carter has always had scenes with the other women, but then you get to her and it's like, I'm like, what? Y'all got to give us a
Yes.
little bit more with Carter and Daff.
Yeah.
But
Oh, we forgot to talk about them, but they didn't talk about
yeah,
anything.
they talking about getting married in the Forester Showcase area. Okay, down the runway. All right, cool.
All right.
At least it ain't at
Next.
Eric's mansion. Um, but anyway, yeah, I tend to like Ted and Shanice's one, especially after I did my edits to it. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Your edits always save it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see what I can do with the one from today. So if
Yeah.
y'all want to see what I'm talking about, go over and follow on Instagram. They are right there. And I did post them on. Did I post them on TikTok? I might have posted one of them on TikTok too. So, yep. And it's the same platform, Soap Corner Talk, across all social medias. All right. So, yeah, I think I'll give them about I'll give them about a 7.5 to Ted Shanice. I give a 5 to that first scene. And I did an edit to Bill and Danny as well. So, you know, we'll see where they go.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I dropped it in the chat,
Oh,
guys.
good. There you go. There is the link right there in the chat. If you have Instagram, click that link and then you can follow. And then the videos are there. And then I'm going to post more stuff over there too.
Mm-hmm.
Aisha says she liked the edits. All right, girl. Appreciate it. All right. Speaking of Nicole, on the flip side of Carlton is Kyle.
Mm.
So she's dipping in two different pools, and
Oh yeah.
Kat is livid.
Which I feel that she's gone overboard. I'm like, girl, stop. Let your mom be. She's a grown woman. And she got a little freakum dress. Everyone has a little wild moment. I don't think she was even meaning it wild. It was very tasteful. Nicole has a great figure. She puts herself together, and she had a conversation. She wasn't like dancing on this man or like tossing a bunch of drinks back. It was tasteful. They had a grown conversation.
Yeah,
That was
well,
it.
Kat is like, I ain't never seen my mom pop out like that, and I don't like it, and I'm gonna tell her about herself. And her mom called her that she was sex shaming and all this other stuff, which I don't think it's about that. I mean, my thing is I don't have those types of like tell my kids about, ooh, this is what I'm doing. And it's just not something that your kids want to hear. Just like I wouldn't want to hear what my parents do. I know how I got here, but I'm not shaming them for not wanting to hear it. It's just give me the ick.
And I get that. Kat also had the option to mind her own business too. I mean, if it seems like your mom is testing out her options, or for all she knows, it could have been a meeting for a charity, anything. She had no right to blast her mother like that. I didn't agree
No,
with
I
that.
mean, I think she created that monster, and I don't mean calling her a monster, but remember, Kat held on to her V card till she was an adult. A lot of it is probably predicated on Nicole. So if you sitting up telling your daughter, you listen, I married your father, don't have sex until you're ready or you're married or whatever, and then you give all that advice only for you to go out there and get in your freakum dress and you talking to two different dudes. So it's kind of like, mm, okay, mom, I get it. You want to change your life or whatever, but you had me come up a different way. So what we doing?
Well, I'm also sure. I mean, Nicole didn't expect for her marriage to blow up in her face after 30 plus years or 35 plus years. And a lot of stuff in her world has changed, and she wants to try new things.
I have a feeling it's
And just
gonna
like,
blow up in her face, though.
I mean, but she has to fall. And that's the thing with Kat. Like, let your mom fall. Like, she's a grown woman. That is her choice. That is her life. She's trying to decide what's going to happen going forward romantically for the rest of her life. And even Anita was like telling Kat to back off. And even Kat was like, come on. Like, you went to your grandmother thinking that she was going to check Nicole, who was a grown woman. Just
And
let
she
her
turned around
be.
and told her, listen, you need to hurry up and get that out your system because I need you focused. So,
Yeah.
and I'm just not at the, I mean, I'm in that age group. I just, I don't know. At some point, mm, yeah, that's a
If
whole nother
Nicole was
conversation.
wearing like, if she was wearing like mini skirts and crop tops and was really putting it out there, like a lot of the young girls are putting it out there, then that's a reason to side eye, like, mama, what you doing? But she had a very beautiful, tasteful dress. She was showing the shoulders off. She presented herself very well. I don't think that it was outrageous. And then she sat at a bar and she was talking. They had a grown conversation. That was it.
Mm-hmm. well, we're just two opposing opinions on that.
Yeah.
So, um, okay, so let's talk about Leslie.
Ugh.
Leslie is not happy that Ted is moving on with Shanice, and I mean, she got flowers, and she tried to confront Shanice, and Shanice ain't budging. Like, and especially Kat, she likes that because she had a whole conversation with Shanice over at the restaurant, and is very happy that her dad is dating her. So Leslie gets the bright idea to go and get inside Ted's apartment and slide some underwear in his couch to obviously set off Leslie. I mean, to set
I
off
mean, Shanice.
Shanice, to set off Shanice when um she gets over there, which we did see that in the promo. So
And once again, this is Ted, who he considers a friend. So uh, he was caping for Leslie, and this woman's been delusional this whole time and thinking that they're making a path to being together. This is this is not what I wanted for Shanice, but I think that she can handle herself. But he needs to put Leslie in her place. Clearly, whatever he thinks he's doing is not working.
girl, how he gonna put that girl? That girl is so sneaky and conniving. She ain't listening to nobody.
He better do something, because if he wants something serious with Shanice and Leslie's going to these great lengths to try to break them up, Shanice doesn't have to put up with that.
Well,
So he has to make changes.
what they need to do, there's some conversation that has to happen between him and Shanice, that this woman will go through many levels to try to break us up. I'm hoping because of course she's banking on the reaction. People tend to react before thinking. I mean, yes, what Ted did is 30 years ago or whatever. Well, he did sleep with Leslie last year. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like, do you think this man would get into a relationship and then he's just randomly sleeping with chicks on the side? So she's playing on your insecurity and your reaction
Yeah.
instead of thinking like, would this man actually do this, or ask him to explain? And if Ted was smart, knowing how mischievous Leslie is, but again, she's banking on a woman's reaction. So,
And she's a baby mama. She's not even an ex-wife, an ex-girlfriend. They just supposedly share a child, because I don't think that's his child. But I can see like Nicole like being in her feelings and want to try to break up Shawnee's, because that was the last woman he's been with. All he did was just sleep with Nicole. Sorry, sleep with Shawnee's. Not Leslie. All these women around this man. That's all he did, was slept with her one time, and then the last time was almost 30 years ago. That was it.
mm-hmm.
All his illusion is in Leslie's head, and he needs to consistently check that, or at least tell Eva to check it, or something. Something's got to give.
Yeah, well, look like she's mad, you know, like who underwear is in. I remember that. Remember that movie Two Can Play That Game?
Yeah.
And I forgot her name, the actress that played in there. She said how you trip or somebody up and stick a pair of underwear just to see if he'll lie about it or whatever. It's the oldest trick in the book. That other girl, not Wendy. Was it not Wendy?
Vivica.
No, not Vivica. It's four women. It's Monique. It's Wendy. It's Vivica and the other girl. I forgot her name.
It wasn't Taraji. It was.
No, it was the other one. I forgot. And I've seen her in other movies. I couldn't think of her name.
It starts with a T, right?
I don't.
Tamala something.
Tamala or
I know
something.
who you're talking about. I know who you're talking
Right.
about.
But she did that to prove that's the oldest trick in the book to get a man shocked to find how to explain underwear being in his couch.
Yeah,
And Leslie did just that, knowing that most women who find something like that is going to react.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's just a mess that Leslie doesn't have to deal with. I mean, Shanice doesn't have to deal with. I can't keep these names straight.
And the crazy
Poor
thing is
woman.
that she's sleeping with Malone right now. That man wants you,
And he's married.
and he's married.
So she loves unavailable men.
Girl, that girl is crazy. She's always keeping up some mess. Building that house across the street, making all that noise. Just, she's just an antagonist.
Mm-hmm. She's doing her job well.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see next week how Ted going to explain his way out of that one. Um, Anita's losing her hair.
Yeah. Oh, that poor woman. But once again, this is beautiful storytelling because there's plenty of women who went through that. I saw my mom lose her hair, so I yeah, that's a huge emotional
Yeah, that
thing.
chemo is a chemical medicine. It's chemicals going to destroy neoplasm, whatever type it is. It is very strong. It damages cells, hair, if you're going through radiation, that too.
Mm. I feel for any woman who or anybody who had to deal with cancer or go through that and go through chemo. But this is just beautiful storytelling that they're doing.
Yep.
Like because I knew, and we predicted this on Sunday. There was because we predicted most of the stuff that's happened already this week.
Mm-hmm.
She, I think Tamara Tooney, she's knocking this throw off the park. I got to give it to her. I'm very impressed with the great links that they're going. And next week we see, I think Danny's going to help her cut her hair.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yep. So, yeah, they're really playing each and every. They didn't even do that with Sharon.
Mm-mm.
And she went through the
No,
whole gambit of it. She didn't lose hair or anything, did she?
no, I thought she went through surgery. Didn't she go through surgery or
Yeah,
something?
but did she have chemo?
I don't think so.
So they didn't really, they just took the lumpectomy and the radiation route. Probably, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. But they really taken this through the whole gambit of this thing. So,
Yeah. Showcasing the port and everything.
right. Definitely Emmy worthy material. Definitely. So Bill, because I think it was Copenhagen she was going to, because Madison's going to Copenhagen, she wanted to see Bill before she leave to get blood work and get everything transferred to the new doctor. Well, something came up a little different on his labs. And it's not something obviously revealing, but some of his numbers are off, which puts us over to the conversation with Haley and Randy, because Haley is trying to speed up the process by pouring more and more in there. He's like, listen, you're trying to stay undetectable. But in this case,
Yeah.
it's not moving fast enough for her.
Yeah, I was actually trying to look that up earlier. She said that he had low carbon dioxide and like high electrolytes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, how does that affect the body, and I guess it causes like kidney failure.
I don't know. And they could just be making up some condition or whatever. I don't know, but whatever it is, Haley is about. I mean, she keep moving like this, you gonna get busted.
Oh, that's right. When it says when you have low carbon dioxide and high electrolytes, it means your blood is too acidic. So I can see why that would be undetectable. So that triggers kidney dysfunction, dehydration, a lot of it's like your blood can kind of turn against itself.
Yeah, and that's probably
like a cesspool.
Like she's hoping for. Does she want this man gone and he don't even realize it, even though he's pining after Danny a little bit, especially after that conversation with Vernon, and how he see him as a father figure and reminisce about the past and all of that. Yeah, she want this man gone so she can get that money and go to Cabo or Bora Bora or whatever she was going.
I think they're going to drag this out because they left a door open since Madison's leaving, so he has to find a new doctor to take over. Haley could easily pay off that doctor or pay off the lab check to fake the results to keep things moving as possible.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Yeah. Oh, the conversation between Kat, Eva, and what's that man's name? Isaiah. Yeah, because Danny offered him an opportunity to be a model. Kat followed up with the conversation because he wanted advice, and Eva got pissed off and got pissed off at him in the process, that she was like, you know what? Yeah, we don't need to be in a relationship. Let's just take things slow, because of the fact that he knows and is affiliated with Kat. He knew Kat before he knew you.
Right. Like their families been intertwined.
Yeah, because let me get this straight. So his brother is married to her cousin.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Yeah, that's never going to change. Mm-hmm. She said that I can't associate with someone who associates with cats after everything that she put me through. I'm like, put you through?
Yeah, I couldn't take the bite on that one, Eva. Yeah, no.
Yeah, she lost her mind, and she had a whole attitude the entire time. He's trying to
go ahead.
He was explaining everything, like, hey, I met up with Danny. She wanted me to model, and I asked for Kat's advice, and that was it. She had an attitude the entire time.
Yeah, that's interesting and kind of rich coming from her, because she was wondering why she was talking to him. Okay, but you ain't had no problem while they were in a relationship, you sleeping with Tomas. You had no problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
And talking to him and coming to meet with him and talk about books with him and all these other things. But she talking about a modeling career that her Aunt Danny put on the table, and he was like, hey, maybe I should go make a couple bucks, and you get mad? Man, get out of here.
Yeah. I'm like, you're better off, Isaiah, and I'm glad that he's seeing just how she really is. She no different from her mother. This nasty and this rude. I'm like, he hasn't done anything. And she was the main one who said that she wanted to keep things casual. He wanted a relationship with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that whole conversation was crazy.
Yeah. So maybe he might listen to his brother Jacob and stay away from Eva.
Mm-hmm. Because.
But did it seem? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did it seem like they were Kim testing Kat and Isaiah a little bit?
I didn't pick up on anything.
Maybe we'll get more scenes, but I kind of did a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. What else was that? I'm trying to think. What? Because it's with Beyond the Gates, it's always Derek.
Oh God,
This man here is all up in Grayson's business.
he's a stalker at this point.
And then he had this whole conversation with Ashley about losing the opportunity to be a firefighter again. And she actually sent Grayson away to have a conversation, give him a hug. Grayson looking like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it. I feel bad that he cannot be a firefighter anymore, but he can still do anything else but see what Ashley's been up to. Like, you could have sent a text message to her. You have other friends probably within the firehouse who could have understood and tried to be there as support system. I don't know why he feels he needs to loop Ashley into the process.
Right.
Like, in the way he came off at Grayson and Ashley say like, "Oh, are you trying to work? Or it looks like you're working it." Like, that was uncalled for and disrespectful. And he's been doing this, even going to her mother, telling all of Ashley's business for no reason. I'm like, you guys broke up what? I think it was before Thanksgiving. Yeah, it was before Thanksgiving. What are you still worried about Ashley for? Just move on, move forward. Like, this I don't like this for Derek at all. This is so unbecoming. Like, he's stalking at this point.
Yeah, he's a trip. I mean, he showed up and sit down at the table talking about what we talking about. And then you show up at the hospital, almost come to blows with this man until I need to talk to Ashley about something important. And then she goes into this whole thing about this is why I remember the man that I love. Okay, you only giving this man hope by saying that. You're putting a battery in his back.
Aisha Jackson, I think that's exactly what he's going to do. She said Derek can apply at the hospital. 9 times out of 10 is exactly what he's going to do. He's at the hospital more than we see him anywhere else on the show.
Yep. So, all right. What else we got, girl?
Oh my goodness. So, I mean, we have the thing with Jacob and
his dad.
His dad and Smitty in this case. I feel like I've been in and out of what their goal is and what they're trying to do. So Smitty is trying to uncover the story, and so he's playing undercover where Jacob is actually undercover. And it's like a plasma ring, which I have never heard of. So that's the only other thing that we didn't touch on. But I don't know what to say about it.
Yeah,
like
because it's not really clear. And then one other thing is
Naomi.
Yeah, her going around sneaking and getting information because she's still keeping a secret. And Ashley is like, and I'm glad she called it out. Like, hey, you didn't want Jacob keeping secrets, but yeah, you keeping one. And then she blame it on, oh, he's undercover. I don't want him to be worried about me and get in trouble. And she was like, girl, stop. You know that ain't why you want to tell him.
Now she wants to get all this information and see about these preventative options so she cannot give this man a child.
So, yeah, but she keeping secrets. Go figure. Hypocritical.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, I think that's all of them.
Oh yeah, we're done.
Okay, let's do our last few segments and then I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. We're going to do our flip the script. What you flipping for Young and the Restless?
Um, I hmm, I had to really think about what happened. They didn't need for Nate and Victoria to go up to Audra. Like they could have just left her alone. I'm so sick of them looping her in to the storyline with Nate. Either they're going to put her back with Nate or they're not.
Gotcha. Um, let me see. What was I going to flip? If I had to flip anything, I kind of would have wanted Phyllis to bring up that Anicelli incident to Nick to shut him up.
Yeah, I agree.
Be like, you talking about what I'm doing to you and your family. What did your dad do to me when he put a strange man in my bed without my consent?
Yeah.
A criminal, because he was a criminal.
Yep.
I mean, and that should also shut up Sharon too as a woman.
I agree. And then the nerve of throwing Mark Laurent in her face and say that she's doing exactly what he did. That was crazy.
Right. All right, what you flipping on bold?
Ivy minding her business.
Yeah, I would have told her to get out. Don't take you and your germs and go right out back outside that door. Or, like
Mm-hmm.
I said earlier, have her grab her or have her follow you back downstairs and get Will involved and get his side of the
Mm-hmm.
story. Since you won't talk to me, you need to talk to him too.
Yeah. Yeah. Be about it then.
Yep. All right. Oh, what Paris said Kyle not ask Claire for dinner. Claire asked him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And Aisha said Dylan telling Ivy off. I got you, girl. I agree with you.
Yep.
All right, what you flipping on a BTG?
Um, it's actually a great week. The only thing I would say is for Kat to mind her business and let her mother be who she is and let her do her own thing.
Gotcha.
That's her life.
I would say Leslie getting caught.
Oh.
You know, while you stuffing underwear in his seat. I wish both of them had walked in there, but obviously that was meant for next week to kick that off. So, all right, who's taking seats on Y&R?
Oh, goodness. The Newmans are definitely going to take a seat this week.
I'm gonna have
Their
to.
audacity, their self righteousness, their entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
They all of them can take a seat. Well, they have no choice. They're taking a permanent seat for this time being.
Right. I'm gonna get Sharon a seat because how you really after everything that the Newmans have done to you. That's how
Mm-hmm.
you team Newman. Why? Because you're trying to kiss Nick's butt.
And I'm like, he don't want you.
Right.
He
He
made it
already
very
told
clear.
you. He already told you. All right. Who's taking seats on bold?
Uh, Deacon and Taylor, they're gonna take them seats.
Ivy's gonna take a seat too. Several. Several
Yeah,
seats.
uh, they all can take the same plane trip together to the
Mm-hmm.
Lulu Island like you had.
Delulu.
Mm-mm.
All right. Who taking seats on BTG?
Leslie and Eva, mother and daughter, since they like to stick together, they can take seats together
Yeah, I
with
agree
their
with that one.
audacity.
I totally agree. All right. Star of the week, Y&R.
Um, I really couldn't pick one except for maybe Josh Morrow after.
Okay.
Actually, correction, Melissa Ordway,
I was gonna
who
say
plays
her.
that.
Yep.
That great acting. Like
Mm-hmm.
she gonna really wear this out.
Yep. I agree with that. Jenna said Phyllis.
Michelle Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Matthew said Electra needs to take a seat. I agree with that. Her and her insecurities.
I know, right?
And who's taking a seat on BTG? That's yeah, BTG. No, we did take a.
No, star of the
We
week.
doing Star of the Week. I think I got thrown off because of the comment with Electra. Okay. Star of the Week, bold.
Crew Marrow.
I'm gonna give it to the Melissa girl, the girl that played Dylan. They were saying her name is Melissa, so I'll give it to her because, yeah, that chemistry is off the chain.
Yeah, I agree.
BTG.
I'm gonna give it to Tamara.
Again. Yep. She gets it
Like
almost
this.
every week.
Yeah. Um, Come on, Emmy nominations.
Mm-hmm.
Don't disappoint us. She better get one.
All right. Now on the flip side, we got the pickle of the week, Y&R.
Uh, I'll do something different. I'm gonna give it to Sally.
That's perfect.
Like she's just sour and just negative. I'm like, girl, you got a job. You're running a company. Just be happy with that.
Mm-hmm. Again, I'm gonna give it to Sharon. Sharon got on my nerves a little bit this week. All right, and then pickle bold.
Deacon is going to get that.
I'm gonna give it to Ivy.
Yeah, she getting all the awards this week.
Exactly, because she was a hot mess. And then BTG pickle.
Um, don't really have one actually. I would say Leslie,
I'm gonna give it to Derek.
Oh, I had other awards for him, but that's a good one.
I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah.
All right. Now we have our Simp Olympics.
Boy, oh boy. Sharon is going to get bronze.
Okay.
And then silver is, oh, this is a tough one. You usually have it already out, but yeah, bronze to Sharon. I'll give Danny silver. Gold is going to go to Noah. And platinum is, I was going to say Adam, but yeah, I'll say Adam. That's fine.
Okay.
Actually, correction. Taylor.
Yeah. Taylor get the cosmic this week.
Yeah.
Or platinum or whatever, the top of the line one. She definitely
can get
gets
them both.
that. She definitely gets that. Other people in my list would be Noah and Derek.
Oh yeah, that's right, Derek.
And then Sharon would be at the bottom because it's like you simping for a group of people who probably is going to throw you off their gravy train in the next 2 weeks. So,
Yeah. So we do Sharon, Derek, Noah, and then Taylor gets platinum and cosmic. Yay, girl, you just racking them up.
go ahead on with your bad self. And then we got the Lily Winters Award for best
Ah,
audacity.
look, there's quite a few of them, but there's Sally, there is Sharon,
mm-hmm.
there is Derek, and I think I'm going to give it to Derek this week.
We can't forget about Ivy either.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man, so many. I think, well, you know what? We don't ever speak about Ivy enough.
Let's give it to her.
She deserves it.
Her,
Yeah.
since she want to think everything is something not proper. Yeah.
It's not proper. Hey, girl, your history, man.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Crazy. Crazy. All right, good stuff, you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out and you're subscribed to the channel. Bree did drop the link earlier with regards to the link to Instagram, so you can go follow for different clips and things that I tend to post there, and therefore you can see some of the stuff that's up and coming. Um, Other than that, you got anything else, girl?
No, I put the link back in the chat so you guys can check it out. And of course, the replay game where you guys listen back to it, you can check it out as well.
Yep.
That's all. Stay warm. We're about to drop.
Stay warm and be careful out there if it's snowing where you are. Driving on these streets, it can be slippery, slippery, slippery.
Yeah.
All right. So until next time, we will see you guys later. Bye, Soapies.
Bye, Soapy. Stay warm.